From the mean streets of Essex, England, this is Whatcast.
Hello, this is Whatcast. I'm going to try and do a live stream here then with the TikTok debates format. We'll see how we do. Hopefully people will join. I'm going to get straight on with it. Can't be bothered to piss about. I do not like pissing about. Let's get on with it. Hold on a second. I don't like pissing about. However, I need my phone, and I ain't got my phone here. So I'm going to have to piss about. I'll be right back. It's not too much pissing about. Rightio. Let's crack on. Let's get back in it. Live has ended. That was the shortest live I've ever done. Let's do it again. Go live. It's all caps, but there you go. How we doing? Bait in the water. I'm trying. It all depends on who's interested. I want that there. It keeps jumping out the Oh, there you go. Derpa Fluff. So you've all got to think of a name what you'd call a school of fluff, I guess. JD, Justin, Orion, Paint Slayer, Skip, Dan, Lindsay's too early for Lindsay. Lindsay says, right. Babatoned, whatever. Hello, mate. Babatondi. Is that what that says? No earth is not flat. Cheers, Chaz. I'm all over that. Let's get on to a different one. How we doing, Brandon? See, I got a I've changed the writing here to say Earth is not flat because, like, people think that the word ain't is not a word, but the word ain't is a word. But I just thought I can't be bothered to keep fielding these idiots that telling me that, oh, ain't, yeah, you sound intelligent. You say you're writing ain't instead of is not. So I just thought, you know what? Is not. Now watch them come through and say, you mean ain't? The contrarians in the house. If you are in this chat, I've only just joined it. I've only just started this live. If you're in the chat, please like the live endlessly. And try and share this live out there. We'll see what we can do today. Water bottle suddenly got loud. Yep, I know it's a word. But it just gets boring. Keep having to explain that to people that think they've got a gotcha with the first thing they say. Comment section cowards. Gotta love them. This is my claim. I don't expect to get too many bites, right? Because nobody wants to talk about Earth isn't flat. Everybody wants to talk about... I've never thought about that. Hello, Clip. No, nobody wants to talk about that. They just want to talk about... It can't be a globe because... Well, the claim is it ain't flat. Unfortunately, we've all been indoctrinated through the public school system. But not you, Bravo. You was immune to this, right? You're way smarter than everyone else. You just have to engage with the chat for a bit here to get some, to piss enough people off to come up. See how it works. No, I don't need anyone. I think I'll bring up panels later on, but I want to get it rolling first. Because it's hard enough to get flat earthers anymore anyway. A worship master Freemason indirectly told me that the earth is flat years ago. No, he didn't. Of all the things that didn't happen, that didn't happen the most. Extracting my urine. Yeah, exactly, Thomas. That's exactly what it is. Well, it is. It's not. It's hard for me because I generally just make fun. Sometimes it's not hard. Some days it is hard. Depends. Well, why was you? I want to know why you was talking to a Mason anyway. What was the point in that? I thought they was evil people. All of the top people are Masons, right? Anyone that does anybody that's anybody in the world. I don't know. Is it a good thing? I quite enjoy talking to flat earthers. Everybody says it's a good thing, and I guess because the thing is they're not dying off. They're just losing courage. So they're still there, but they're just there in echo chambers. But to be fair, if you know anything about YouTube, over the years, the numbers on there are insanely small now. Like most of the people that were the OG flurfs are now, they've either given it up and admitted that they were wrong, or they've given it up because and are too stubborn to admit that they were wrong. Oh no, we've got some requests. Let's see who's who here. Doesn't look promising. I'll be honest with you.
Hello, can you hear me, mate?
Hello.
Yeah. Do you have an argument that establishes that the Earth is round, or whatever position you take that's not flat Earth?
Do I have an argument that establishes that the Earth is round?
Yeah, or whatever other position you take that is not flat Earth.
Yeah, my position is it's not flat. Do you think it is?
Yeah, but I'm looking for an argument that establishes that it's not
Of course
flat.
you are, because flat earthers never want to talk about flat earth because it's completely indefensible. That's
Well, I mean, technically the burden's on you because you made the claim that the Earth is not flat.
Is it Austin
kind of
Whitsitt? Your
basic.
voice has changed, Whitsitt. Do you realise that?
My voice has changed. Is that how you get out of conversations? Because you don't have any evidence.
I have
You
conversations.
have no
all the
arguments.
time.
You have to run away. This is embarrassing. Look at you.
It's embarrassing for you because you have no evidence of flat
We're just
earth.
going to sit in shame. You're shifting the burden, mate. This is basic philosophical reasoning.
Okay,
if you make a claim,
what
you have
would
to
you?
substantiate. And you're interrupting me.
Okay.
Go ahead and speak,
I'll
mate.
play your silly game. Mr. Tough Guy, right? So let's talk about star rotations. Do you want to do that? So when I say that, are you going to go, yeah, but, or are you just going to accept what I've said?
Yeah, we can talk about that, mate.
Oh, let's do it. Why is there a southern point of rotation in the sky?
You're gonna have to provide the argument for that, mate. Do we have any empirical observations, and if so, have you
Yes,
empirically
everybody
observed
in the
yourself?
south. Yes, I have.
Okay, so that's called a chain of transmission. It's an epistemic entity, right? You don't have any actual proof. What you're doing is taking the words of other people and taking it
No,
for
I've
granted.
seen it myself.
Right?
I
And
just
you have
told you that.
trust in those people. That's called an epistemic
I
chain
trust
of transmission. It's called
myself.
testimony.
I trust myself. I've seen the stuff.
You've seen it.
Yes.
You've seen it, man.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
what?
How am I
So
supposed
now,
to know
so
that
now
you've
what's
seen
your
it? How do I know
nutter?
you're not just making
Which
that up?
nutter have you got for that one? Oh, now I'm making it up. So
Yeah, mate, how am
again,
I supposed to know that you've seen it? You could be making that up. You need to provide the evidence. You need to provide a video, like whatever you have, telescope.
well, they're everywhere
any
on
of
the
your
internet.
findings.
So,
Okay, show me one.
do you accept that there is a ceremonial South Pole?
I don't know what ceremonial means, mate. You're gonna have to explain on that.
It's a South Pole where people go to say, "Yay, I'm at the South Pole." One of those places, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Right, there's a station there called the Armorson Scott Station. Can you tell me where that is on a flat Earth map, please?
Well, I don't hold. Okay, look. So for the flat Earth, I don't hold to there being like the type of thing that you're talking about. So, when you say ceremonial South Pole, right, on the flat Earth map, my opinion is that there would be no pole for it to be on. So it would kind of be different. So what I believe is that on the Earth, yeah, that's not the model I hold to. That's like the ISO model. I hold to the inverted model.
Have you got a picture of the model that you hold to, please? You bring it up.
Well, I don't have
or is the
camera
burden of
permissions,
proof
mate.
on me for that as well to present?
No,
your
that's a good
evidence?
point. You know, the thing is, I don't have camera permissions, so I can't turn my camera on and show you a picture.
Or is that because you're?
You can search it up.
Is that because you're a troll? You've never really built up any following because you just troll and think that you're rage baiting, but fail miserably when you come here. Do you think is that possible? Am I supposed to be annoyed?
Well, that's not a response, mate. That's not still evidence.
Was I supposed to be getting really pissed off at this point? Was it not really
But yet, you
working?
still haven't provided an argument establishing that the Earth is not flat.
Every argument that I've provided completely destroys a flat Earth, and you've just ran away from all.
Well, I just said that you haven't provided one.
Well, the 2 points of rotation in the sky that I've seen myself is a very good one. What says?
Yeah, but again, I haven't seen that. Right? You have no proof that you've seen that. Why am I supposed to accept that, mate?
So what would you? So you want to just follow me around for the rest of my life so you can see what?
No,
I'm
I
saying?
want to see it for myself, mate. How am I supposed to
Go
know? If not,
see
then it's
it.
called.
Then. Go beyond the equator and look at it for yourself. Done.
I don't accept an equator. You're already you're such as like these globes, these globers.
Knob. Who else is there? I literally can't be bothered with. He's one of them trolls. He's like, is he a troll? Ain't he a troll? But yeah, he's a troll. Thomas Platter, are you a flat earther? Just tell me yes or no, because I don't really want any globers up at the moment. Yeah, so that was, let's do a couple of super chats then. We're already on the roll here for the old chats of super. Orion Cooper says here, I talked recently to a vegetarian flirt who eats meats from grocery stores because it's fake meat and the Grand Canyon is a dragon fossil. Yeah, I've seen, who is it? Someone said someone scooped out the Grand Canyon and that was the moon once. That was people, and people follow these people and think that they're bright. Adam Jones Duran, hello mate. Big up to the channel, Fluffs. No, it ain't flat. Yeah, cheers, Adam. I think that's the first time I've ever seen a super chat from you for the £2. Thanks, mate. It did sound like a fake accent. So, who was that Thomas person? Are you a flat earther? I wasn't looking at the chat there for a minute. Seems like all you get is trolls on there these days, which is all right for a bit. But they think it. They think. Where trolls fail miserably with me is because they think I'm passionate about this topic. I'm not. I just enjoy talking to flat earthers because it's very funny. I'm not going to take your ball away. I don't care. It makes no difference to me. Oh, I've got a Grim Reaper here giving it the big one in the comments. Will he have the courage to accept my invite? You show zero proof. Then you show 10 proofs and they say, no, that's zero proof. It's flat in the Midwest. Is it indeed? Newsflash, it ain't flat anywhere. Host is a glober. Host is a normal person. Earth is not flat. Do you have evidence Earth is flat? Yay or nay is my question to you, Mr. Allah is great, or whatever your name was. Right. The Earth looks flat. Is that your best argument for it? Have any measurements? Busy week on the tube. It is busy. Lots of people have been lively this week on the old tube of you. I guess we need a gigantic level. What gigantic, like the shape of the Earth? Probs. Before, like, to the people that are thinking about maybe I should write some water always finds its level and such drivel in the chat. Yeah. Just come up. Oh, here's a guy. Someone might have some bollocks. How we doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. What is your opinion here?
Yeah, I think the Earth is flat.
Cool. Why is this?
If me and you are in an airplane
Yeah.
and we're floating above California, but we're not moving, let's assume the airplane is not moving. We're just floating above California.
Right.
Let's just say we're in
a helicopter.
let's say we're in a helicopter, not
Right,
airplane.
okay. I was waiting for the helicopter.
Let's say, yeah, helicopter. In 1 hour, shouldn't the helicopter be over California?
What, where we started from?
California.
So the helicopter is still where we started from in an hour because we're just hovering.
But the Earth is rotating.
Yeah, but we were on the Earth when we took off from the Earth, so we were also moving with the Earth when we took off from the Earth. We didn't take off independently from the Earth, did we?
No, I'm saying if we're
I know what you're
fly
saying,
up,
but it's conservation of momentum, right? So you're already.
So
on.
you're saying the helicopter is moving on its own?
No, the helicopter was on the ground when the ground was moving. Then it took off from the ground and maintained the momentum of the ground as it was in the air.
Okay. Now we're in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what difference does that make?
In 1 hour,
Yeah.
will the helicopter be over California?
Yes.
It will be over California,
Yes.
but the Earth is rotating.
Yes. And so are we, because we are on the Earth and we are within the Earth system. Have you ever had these conversations before with anybody? Because this is just basic physics, what everybody just accepts, right?
So the Earth is not rotating, and
Now, the Earth is rotating. We are rotating with the Earth. Why would we be different to it? How long? So if you're, let me say it to you like this. So if you're in your car, say for instance, you're driving along at 100 mile an hour in your car, and you throw a ball up in the air, does it come down and land in your hand, or does it fly to the back of the car?
It lands in your hand.
Why is that?
Well, we're moving straight.
Say if that ball went up really, you could slow down time, and you carried on doing 100 mile an hour, but the ball went up really, really, really slow and came down really, really, really slow. Would it fly to the back of the car then?
No.
It would still land in your hand. It's the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing.
It is 100%. Why is it not? Tell me why it's not the same thing.
Because you're saying the Earth is rotating, right?
Yes.
How fast is it rotating? And you're
once per day.
Once per day. In hours.
In hours, it's once per day. You don't measure a spin by miles per hour. I know you want me to say 1,000 miles an hour, but that's not how it's measured. But regardless, you can have it 1,000 miles an hour, whatever.
Okay, 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So California to
difference.
New York is about 2,000 miles.
Yes.
So that means in 1 hour, we
Conservation-
should be under New York.
So hold on a minute. So if you trying to say to me that you still don't get that the thing in the car is the same as the thing not in the car?
No, it's not the same
Why not?
because we are in an enclosed car.
Right. What's the difference?
We're floating in the air in a helicopter.
Yeah, but you're not. But you've taken off with the momentum of the ground. Nothing's pushing you the other way, is it?
No. Because we're on the earth, like we're on the ground, for example. So we're moving with the earth
Yeah.
in your worldview.
I mean, everybody's like. Let's move on to something else because you're not going to get this. So it doesn't matter. We can just
You're
keep
not-
going over and over. What? Me, all of physics and all of science are wrong, are they? That all of us are wrong, but you're correct. Is that what you're seriously saying here?
I'm not saying all of physics is wrong.
You are, because every physicist in the world agrees with me.
No, you'll have some say
No.
Yeah, and hold on. I've asked a lot of people, and they'll say, "Oh no, we'll be above New York."
Physicists. Yeah, those are people that don't know what they're talking about. That's who you've spoken to there. They wasn't physicists or scientists.
But then, host, real quick. Then you're saying we're moving on ourselves, like we're moving on our own in the
it's
helicopter without moving.
conservation of momentum. We already have the momentum of the ground when we left the ground.
So, but in the air, when we're not moving with the ground, just stationary, just floating in the air.
I can't do this conversation. If you don't understand it,
Because
there's no other
you're not
ways
getting it.
No, all of physics, all of science, and all of the brightest minds in the world don't get it, and you do. Is that really your claim?
Yes, in 2026, we've been.
So your
we've been
claim
tricked.
is that you are brighter than everybody in the world. You
I'm not
figured
the
this
only-
out,
but I'm
and
not the
no,
only one.
Yeah, but everyone else is thick as shit as well that thinks that.
because they haven't really thought about this.
What? So all of the physicists that actually do physics for a living haven't thought about this, according to you.
Perhaps
What else have you got?
that's like my strongest claim.
Okay. So can I just ask you a couple of things, right? So do you believe in this? Is this something that you?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So do you agree? Do you think that the stars are moving above us? Right.
Yes.
Right. So Polaris will be in the center that never moves. Right. You say.
Yes.
And the stars rotate around Polaris. So what
Yes.
about when you go to the south, though? What happens there?
Just like, for example, let's say you go to, or you're saying Antarctica, like the bottom.
Anywhere beyond the equator.
Your shift of vision shifts, so you can barely see it.
Yeah, you can barely see it. But what about if you look south? What do you see? If you're in the south, looking south.
That makes no sense.
Well, in the
unless
south,
you-
looking south makes no sense.
Unless we're on your bowl.
No, you can still look south on this. Is there not a direction of south on this? South is every way away from north, right?
So if you put it flat, like
But,
Put it horizontal?
So this is north. Every other direction, according to you, is south. right?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so say if you're just anywhere in the south, looking south, which is insane because south would be there, and it's not, but we'll pretend it is for the benefit of this. So in the sky, there is another point of rotation in the stars, the same as Polaris.
Right,
With all
right.
the stars going around it. How?
Right.
How?
What do you mean how?
How can that happen if south is different for everybody? If south is the same for everybody on a globe, yes. If south is
It's all
on this-
rotating around Polaris.
what Polaris is in the south, is it?
No, it's in the north.
Yeah. So when you're looking south at the stars, when you're in the south,
You're seeing
looking-
everything, all the stars south of Polaris.
Yes, and they're rotating around their own point, a second point of rotation, which is where the South
What-
Pole is.
Host, I have a question for you. What that diagram there? Why is it complicated for you? Like why?
It's
Why
complicated
can't
for
you
me.
accept
It's
it?
complicated for me because people like you can never answer the star rotation question, and you deflect to other things like you just.
I just answered. I said everything south of Polaris. That's what we see.
There's another point of rotation in the sky, rotating in the different direction. Right, that's what you're running.
Every
from.
star can be a point of rotation.
No, it
depending
can't.
on.
No, it can't.
It can.
How?
Let's say I'm pointing at Polaris, and I'm using that as my star's rotation, right? I can point to the next star to the right of it and use that as my point of rotation.
No, you can't. There's a.
It won't be the center,
Yes.
but it'll just be another star
There
of
is a
rotation.
center point of rotation in the south and in the north. There are 2 points of rotation in the sky. So we can agree, if this is real, one of them is there. That makes sense. Where's the other one?
Say it again.
So
hear
one
the
of
first
the
part.
points of rotation, if we agree that this is where we live, so one of the points of rotation is there in the center. That makes sense. That would work. Where's the second one?
Depending on what other star you use.
We're using the Southern Cross.
That's the center. Like Polaris will be the center.
Yes, now we're using the center of rotation in the south, looking south.
There's none.
Do you know Angels of Light?
I do.
Right, ask him. He lives in Australia.
Yeah, no, I know where he lives. He says the same thing.
Well, he says there's no point of rotation in Australia, and you think
He'll
that,
just say every other star behind or after Polaris. It's not like the way you're seeing it in your perspective. You're saying you're saying south of Australia. I don't know the way. Like your point of view is weird.
my point of view is weird. There's objectively 2 points, so 2 central points of rotation in the sky. That's just objective, right? It's not my opinion. That's just a fact that everybody can see.
Oh, hold on, host. I give you about 6 more months before you're a flat earther.
Really? Because I've already been debating flat earthers for about 6 years, and I've just become more and more against flat earth in all of that time.
I know, but we like to use the 666 thing, so about 6 more months.
666. It's 33 as well, yeah? The Masons.
All right, host. I'll talk to you later.
See you later, mate. Do you need me to drop you down?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, so there's other people, I think. There's only one left in there now. Is this... I don't know.
Oh, man.
How we doing?
I'm one of you guys. I was coming up to ask him why, if he wants to think it's flat, how he doesn't understand a reference frame.
I'm not entirely sure that either of the guests I've had on here today were actual genuine flat earthers.
This Waterman guy, he's kind of irritating me a little bit.
Who?
He's like, oh, any lake, proves the Earth's flat. Well, I live by a lake that's about an hour drives from me. That is so big.
Who's annoying you?
His name is Waterman.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He's in the chat. So there's a lake that I live by about an hour drive where from end to end, the lake is almost 3 miles, 3.5 miles, something like that.
Yeah.
And you can measure curvature.
Well, you can everywhere.
Because-
If you've got precise enough measuring tools, you can always measure it. But
Yeah, but this is something that we noticed as kids, because theoretically you should be able to see. So it starts in one town, and the lake actually has a shoreline in a different town. 3, 4, or 5 miles away, and you can't see the resort that sits on the other side of the lake.
no, but
Even with a telescope, you can't see it.
They've got excuses for that. Who's mind yours? Hello.
What's up? What's going on?
How we doing? What we got here? Is the Earth flat?
It's not a globe.
It's not a globe. Why does nobody ever want to defend flat Earth? You are a flat earther. Just say that you are.
Yeah, I believe the Earth is flat. Yeah, it's plain around. Yeah.
Cool. The guy there, Eventime, can you just mute up when you're not talking, because you've got a kid there, I believe, and it's gonna keep screaming over, or I'll do it.
Yeah, sorry.
All right,
I
mate.
forget
No
to
worries. So yeah, why do you believe the Earth is flat?
Because there is no Earth curvature, and I'm
Isn't
going
there?
based off. Is there no Earth curvature, and is basically what we experience, is what we see. We don't necessarily experience curvature.
What makes
in
you
this
think
world.
there's no Earth curvature?
Oh, because there's no evidence of it. We don't experience it for one, and there's no, tests, ground tests, I should say, that substantiate it.
What would you accept as evidence?
I mean, measurable curvature.
But would you like accept observations or
I mean, observations falsify, Earth curvature.
How?
Mainly. As far I'd like to go with the stuff that we can't was said as far as globe math, right? Said that we can't see objects, and if we see them, then there's no Earth curvature at a certain rate, right? So if we see an object in a distance and the Earth curvature math says we're not supposed to see it, right, and it's obstructed by Earth curvature by a certain amount, but we see the object, then
you notice
that math is wrong. Either the Earth is planar or it must be a bigger globe than what was told. You had to get back to the drawing board.
But there's never you never see the bottoms of the buildings, do you, or the boats?
I mean, that's due to perspective, vision, limits to our vision. It could be refraction, topography. If we're looking over water, it could be small swells of water, even waves. It could be a myriad of things why we don't see the bottoms of objects in the distance. But Earth curvature
But
can
it couldn't be a
one.
myriad of things that we see potentially further than we should see. Like atmospherics wouldn't play into that at all, according to you.
Oh no! If the math is saying that it's physical,
Yeah, but you're evoking
obstruction.
Sorry, but you're evoking atmospherics for the bottoms being obstructed. So, but you won't accept
No, I said a
atmospherics.
myriad of things. Not just atmospheric conditions. That's one. That's not all of them. It could be a myriad of things. It could be a combination of things. As far as atmospheric conditions, the limit to your vision, perspective, topography. It could be a lot of things was blocking things in the distance as far as what's on the ground.
I'm just going to try and bring some stuff up here. Hold on a second. Again, this sounds more like globe denial. I do wonder why. Like, could you?
Well, yeah, I deny the globe. I don't believe in it any longer. So yeah, I deny that. But that's what I'm saying is also substantial. Well, I would say backs up the Earth being planar.
I think
right?
I think my point is like if you're talking about observations, and if the bottom of the buildings or the bottom of the observation is always cut off, that doesn't really suggest the Earth is flat, does it?
It doesn't suggest it's a globe either, right?
It suggests it's a globe, even if it's a bigger globe. It suggests it's a globe more than it suggests it's flat. It's flat.
No, I think it suggests it's planar, and we could just go off of our limits to our vision, right? So it could be the limit to our vision as far as our perspective, refraction, physical objects, topography. It could be a myriad of things that's in the way, right? So, but I'm talking about as far as the observations that I'm speaking of. Earth curvature says we're not supposed to see these objects, but yet we see them. I'm not talking about objects that's halfway cut off or you can't see the bottom of the objects. They can be explained through many different means, right? But as far as an object that is said to be not visible because of Earth curvature, but we can see it, that's the issue I have. So to me, that's a falsification of Earth curvature and, backing up the Earth being planar. Backing up our experience.
Okay, I'm just gonna play. Just tell me what you think this is.
This is I would say an empty horizon.
Yeah.
But you're zooming.
And then there's this is a P1000, by the way. Because apparently we can always zoom boats back if we zoom in enough. Where's that boat there?
Beyond the vision, the observer's view, wing angle. It could be a mirror. It could be I would say atmospheric conditions.
Why couldn't it be a globe? Like you say, everything but curvature is your answer.
No. What I'm saying is this observation, right? You believe the Earth is a globe. I believe it's flat. We both see the same thing. We're looking at the same thing.
Yeah.
You would say curvature. I would say limits to our vision.
Could you show me this on a small scale? Could you show me something disappearing like this due to perspective?
I can, but I don't think this account has camera access. I don't have it on this account.
It wouldn't be one of those things on the table that people hold the camera under the table.
You said small. You said scaled down version. That's a scaled down
Yeah, I know,
version. is it
but
not?
I've never seen one of those where the camera is on top of the table, not halfway underneath the table.
It wouldn't matter because half of the lens
Does
is
matter.
above the table.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
well, this
That's your opinion.
Half of this camera isn't under the sea, is it?
It's above the surface, just like the eye of the camera is still above the surface. Like
Like half of it is below. You can see the edge of the table.
Why would it? But I'm saying though, if
Why do
it-
they have to
if you can
cheat
see,
if it's so
if you,
obvious?
it's not cheating if
Yes,
you
it
can
is.
still see above the surface. That's the whole thing about the scaled down version. So you're scaling down as far as what we see at the, say we're standing 6 feet at the beach, you put that down to a tabletop that's maybe, let's just say 6 feet or maybe 10 feet in length, and then you put the camera at a certain distance or maybe right at the edge of the table, and then you can move an object back and forth and you'll see bottom up obstruction on that flat
Well,
surface. And you can zoom in to bring the object back into view.
Well,
and
I've just
surface of
shown
it.
you can't, but this is fully zoomed in.
You didn't show me anything. You showed me an
Of course
observation
not.
that we both are arguing.
So, what is your
for.
camera of choice?
I don't care the camera. It doesn't really
A
matter.
P1000. This is. It's fully zoomed, and this is not coming over the curve at all.
I
It's-
never claimed that it will bring.
You just
boats
said you
back
can
from,
bring it back.
No, I didn't say that. You said that. I didn't say anything
Literally
about
two-
bringing
I
anything
wish
back.
I could rewind. Literally 2 seconds.
No,
ago,
I didn't
you
say anything
just-
about bringing boats back. As far as bringing the whatever is as far as scaling down objects on a smaller scale, like as far as a tabletop,
What-
right?
what's the
But as
scale
far as when
got
it
to
comes
do
to
with it?
let me give you the argument as far as flat Earth when they say bring boats back into view. Like just in the beginning of this video, where it appeared to be an empty horizon, it didn't appear to be any boats on the water at all
really?
until you start this.
Really?
No, it didn't appear to be when you
What
zoomed
about
all the
that?
way out.
What about that? Does that look
I said
exactly?
at the very beginning of the video.
Okay, so that's. Would we agree that that is zoomed
this
out?
is not the very
Can we
beginning.
agree?
This is 8 seconds in.
Can
But-
we agree
okay.
that that is zoomed out way further than the one I just showed you, and that the boat?
But
is,
if you would,
the boat is obstructed in exactly the same way there, right?
you're not understanding the argument, right? So you're,
I am
you're just trying
fully
to.
understanding the argument.
No, you're not, because I said at the very beginning of the video, when there appeared to be any boats on the water, until the camera started zooming in.
Right, so
that would be called an empty horizon.
how would that work? So as the camera zooms in more and more of that boat would appear. Is that what it would pop up over the horizon? So why is it exactly the same there as it was when it was zoomed in fully? Why is it
What do you mean exactly the same?
It's
You-
showing
this
exactly
is-
the same amount of boat as it was
When-
when it was fully zoomed in.
At the very beginning of this video, we do
The
not
very
see this
beginning
image.
of this video, we can't resolve it with our
Exactly.
eyes.
So that's what I'm talking
But it's
about.
not
That's what I
slowly.
said.
It's not slowly appearing above the horizon, is it? It's the same
So
amount.
hold on. So you can't resolve the boat when it's fully zoomed out, right? So that's my argument. You can't resolve the boat. So if I'm
I can
starting from
still
right
see
there,
the
that was
boat. I can still see the back of that boat right there. So you can still see that boat is still
Cass,
popping up over
Cass,
the horizon.
you're still not understanding, right? I said at the very beginning of the video, the argument of bringing boats back into view. I'm trying to give you explain that argument for you. It seems
Yeah,
like you don't understand
because
that, right?
they haven't
So-
gone over the horizon yet. I do
Okay,
understand.
I'm trying
that.
to give you
You're
the
the ones
understanding
being,
still.
You're the ones
You're
being
speaking for
deceived
me.
by that, not me.
You're speaking for me. How would you understand what I'm saying?
You watched David Weiss and was totally deceived by that
You're
video.
speaking
I
for me. Now
wasn't.
you're bringing up David Weiss.
You
You're-
don't
you're
need
talking
to explain
mine
it to
now.
me.
You're
You were
talking
the
to
one
me.
that
You're
were
not talking to
deceived.
David.
You were the one that I have spoke to David. He was probably
I'm not
worse
saying you're
than you,
deceived or
to be
anything.
fair.
I'm trying to clarify your misunderstanding of the argument of bringing boats back
there's
into
no
view.
misunderstanding. Small boats.
It is a misunderstanding
let me
because you keep trying to talk for me.
Let me still man it for you. So this is what you're.
I
this
didn't
is
even
what
give it
you're
up for me to
trying
steel
to ex-
man.
this
I
is
didn't
what
even give an
you're-
argument for the steel man yet.
This is what you're trying to explain to me, right?
I
That
didn't
you-
give an
this is
argument
what
for you to
think.
steel man yet.
Oh,
I didn't even
but
give the
I've-
clarification yet.
Okay, give the clarification. I already
Thank
know
you.
what
Appreciate
you're
it,
saying.
bro. Thank you. Thank you. So in the beginning of the video, where there appears to be an empty horizon, where we don't see any boats, right? It appeared to be empty, like there's no boats on the water. Then when you zoom in, that's when it's bringing boats back into view. Because the original argument is that Globers say that I watch boats go over the horizon with their naked eye. So when they see no more boats or nothing that's resolvable on the horizon, then you break out an optical zoom tool, such as either a high-power zoom camera, telescope, or binoculars. That's when you bring the boat back into view. Nobody's saying that you're going to bring boats back over curvature. Right, that's what Globers may hear, but nobody's claiming that. No flat earther is claiming bringing boats back over curvature.
Right, so you've just
You
said,
claim that, but it's when you watch that when you claim that
so
both
you've
over the
just said
horizon,
everything
you're
that I
literally
knew
talking
you were
about
going to
watching
say.
it with your
So that was
eye.
a complete waste of my time because I knew that you were saying that, and I
No,
was,
you what? There's no way. Then how? Then
Yes.
you're not responding right. Then you're not responding.
I'm not
properly to what I'm
responding
saying.
because
you're
you
not
won't
refuting
shut
either.
the fuck up. That's why you just continue to talk because you're terrified of what I might say in response. You
know
cannot
what you're going to say in
explain.
response. You're
So-
not really good at. You're not a good debater in this
Am I not?
argument. You're not really good
Am
at
I
it.
not?
You're not.
So shall I just take your tactics and just go nuh-uh to everything
I
you
didn't say
show me?
nuh-uh to anything.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
what you were doing
Oh,
this whole
sorry,
time. Don't
because
project
you
onto me.
haven't shown me anything for me to say nuh-uh to because
didn't
you
show
don't
anything
even have
either. What are you
anything
talking
to
about?
show. What are you showing then?
You didn't show anything either. What did you show?
This that's on the screen right now.
It's the same observation that we both see. You believe as far as Earth curvature blocking.
So,
I
so
say
can
limits
can
to
you
our
accept
vision.
that I'm
It's the
actually
same
showing
thing.
something?
It's an explanation.
So am I
for
showing
both what we
something, yes
believe.
or no?
You didn't show anything as
Oh,
far as
really?
evidence for
What,
Earth
this thing that's
curvature.
blocking my face, I'm not showing that. Is that what you're telling
That
me?
could be a limit to your vision.
Oh, could it?
What are you talking about, bro? You have optical limits to your vision. You cannot see forever. You have a visual limit, a viewing angle that you cannot see beyond.
So that's what you say, but can
All
we both
optics have a viewing
but
angle
can we
they
both
cannot see beyond and have a
accept?
limit to their vision.
But can we both accept that I am actually showing something, right?
You're not showing evidence of Earth curvature. That's what I'm telling. That's what I'm saying. That's the message behind the words. That's the
That's
message
exactly
in between the
what he's
lines, bro.
showing,
Read
though.
between the lines. You didn't show anything as far as Earth curvature evidence.
Why
That's what I mean, not
can't you
showing
say-
anything.
Why can't I say three
No,
quarters?
that's hard for you to like follow. Like, no, you're
Well,
showing
you're the
a
flat
video,
earther.
an
Everything's
observation.
hard for you to follow. Why can't I say three quarters of that ship? Is it sinking?
Limits to your vision, bro. Could be
Limits to your vision.
Waves
Can
in
you
the waves in the
Can you give me the
waves
maths
in the
for
water.
that,
Could be
please?
anything.
Can you just give me? Can you just? I'll give you the big screen. Just give me the maths for the limits to your vision.
I
that's
don't have
doing
the
that,
math
right?
for it.
You don't.
I have the math to quantify how much you cannot see. Right? I don't have that math.
Oh, but yet you swear to it anyway, regardless.
I can find a prompt that's been done the math for you, and I can read it.
Huh?
Somebody has done the math as far as when it comes to angular
they?
resolution limit or
Who's done that
foreshortening to explain how bottom-up obstruction works over a flat
do
surface, and it quantifies it for you.
why do no
Gives you math.
surveyors agree with you either? That's weird, isn't it?
No surveyors agree with me. Plain surveyors understand that
Oh, do they?
you're measuring a flat surface. What are you talking about?
What's this, by the way? I'm going to show something else now.
Actually, you're wrong.
I'm not wrong. They measure up to 100 square miles of flat surface, a flat area.
Does that look like flat surface to you?
Flat area, I should say. But yeah.
Does that flat surface there?
Hey, what is that? The sounding rocket launch that they did?
That's 56 miles above Earth by Kip Dugridis.
Yeah, that was that sounding rocket launch that they were trying to break. I can't remember what
that's not-
record it was.
Yeah,
This
that-
camera falling back towards the Earth?
No, the camera is 56 miles. Like, quickly panic and think of something to say.
No, I'm asking you. It's moving around a lot. Is it falling towards the
It's
Earth?
a
That's what it
rectilinear
seems like.
lens. It is in the air. I don't know what it's doing. I've never looked.
I think the camera's falling back towards the Earth because when you just clicked on the video, you can see it clearly towards the end. So I think the balloon popped already, so it's falling back to the Earth.
Regardless, is that curvature?
And then in the same video, it shows a concave horizon as well. Is the Earth concave?
Where's that then? Show me that. Just tell me when to stop for the concave. Shall I stop now? Is that concave? Is that concave? Shall I stop now? Or are they consistently the same curve no matter where it is on the camera because it's a rectilinear lens?
The curve is clearly changing as the camera's falling.
Yeah, there's slight distortion around the edges.
It's flattening and it's curving. Yeah.
There the balloon goes, right? There the balloon goes. Now it's going to start to getting a bit more distorted because it's coming down. You just see the balloon pop. But it's still pretty much the same.
It's changing as it's falling. There you go, right there. You just missed it. It was concave.
Oh, that's strange that I just missed that.
Yeah, that's because of the lens, right? So yes, so
Yeah.
this is not necessarily substantial evidence because I can show you high altitude. Well, you can look up high altitude imagery and show a flat horizon.
they're all with fisheye.
You can look up the Chinese
fisheye
IS.
lenses. I can't do that anymore. If someone says give me evidence, you give them evidence, and they just say no. There's only so much patience I've got. Oh, can I cope with Gladiator? I'm not sure.
Hey, what? Another one you can look up is the Oops.
What?
The max speed is the max speed sounding rocket launch, where he filmed it from the ground all the way up.
Yeah, this one's
Gas
from the
Pressure
ground.
likes to use it as a demonstration of hitting the dome when he doesn't understand how a sounding rocket works. But their video goes into a free fall for about 2 minutes that you can see
I'm gonna
curvature on it. I think it's max speed.
There's no point. If they've not accepted what I've just shown them, there's no point in finding other things. But I'm going to do myself a massive favour here. So Max, welcome, and Gladiator, welcome.
Hello.
So I'm going to let Max talk to Gladiator.
Oh, I don't like Max.
What's wrong with Max?
He's so rude. I've heard him.
He called me a coward. So what do you
You
have
are
for
a
me?
coward.
Oh, little correction, Matt. That video that you were showing from Kiev,
Yeah.
it's not a it's not a balloon. It's a rocket. And
Yeah,
the
rocket. I
mechanism
said rocket. It says rocket. I read out. It says rocket launch. Successful amateur rocket launch 56 miles above Earth.
Yeah, but at one point the other dummy said,
Oh,
it's
so
the balloon
I got
pop.
Yeah. What was that then? What was that thing flying around?
It's the yo-yo D-spin mechanism.
Okay, but I just saw things flapping about. I just thought maybe there was a balloon.
Yes, it's a way to counteract the high spin of the rocket. It just launches two weights attached to a string to counteract the spin.
Got ya. Right, what did you want to say, Gladiator?
Well, you were arguing with that last guy saying that where's the concave curve, where's the distortion, and at the end you said, oh look, there's distortion. Like,
Yeah,
you
around the
admit there was
edge.
distortion in the camera.
There's always distortion around the edges of every lens, slightly.
Okay, so every lens imposes curvature.
So what? So every lens imposes
Left to right.
curvature at exactly the same rate almost everywhere on the camera consistently for that
But
entire video.
It's not, because it fluctuates, and it's actually way too much.
How many
curved at
times
certain
did it go
points.
concave versus how many times did it look curved on that video? Do you want me
it
to show
looks
you again?
curved more.
Yeah.
because it
So why would that
imposes
be?
convex curvature. That's why if you had that same camera like at 100 feet,
What do you mean?
or let's say 500
That's
feet,
such a crap
it would also
argument.
show convex.
It would,
Well,
if it was
well,
doing what you're
as the
suggesting,
camera
it would constantly be
literally-
doing this like a fisheye lens does. It wasn't doing that at
Which
all.
which it did when it started spinning
No,
around.
what you?
No, it
you
didn't.
just deny reality, you guys.
You
It's
literally
desperate.
just said it distorted.
It's desperate. Yeah, it distorts around the very edges, is what I said. Slightly.
No, it doesn't. It goes
slightly.
convex and concave.
Was it? Okay, well, I'll bring it up again then. You can just point it out to me exactly when it's doing that. Right.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
Wait,
cool.
like it hits the firmament and it comes
The
back down.
what? It hits the firmament? I'm going to slow it down even, and then we'll really be able to see it.
Well, they always come back down, don't they?
Yeah, that's gravity for you.
It's because you can't leave Earth.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, that rocket
Yeah.
left Earth.
So how high up is the rocket right now?
So
If you were to
that is
hold it right now.
56 miles.
Because that's a lot of curvature. So it's like how small.
Oh,
is this
really?
world?
That's a lot of curvature, is it? That's funny because you guys, when you're on the ground, you seem to think that you should have a hill in front of you all the time. But now we're in space. That's a lot of
What?
curvature. Like you think the
What are you talking
curvature
about?
should be obvious from the ground whenever you guys speak. It's like, where is the curvature? Everything looks flat to me. So this would match what we say the curvature
Well, no,
is.
there's
right?
specific measurements that they give us.
So I'm
there's
still waiting for
observations
you
that
to.
we shouldn't
I'm still waiting for
be
it to be
able
concave. Can you tell
make-
me when it's going to do it? Right.
Yeah, I said at the end when it like.
Oh, I've got to wait for the entire video for it to
stops.
do it once, have I, for you to make your point? Is that
Well,
what
you
it
could
is?
just skip through the video.
Oh, so I've got to skip through the
Yeah, this
entire
is about
video
it.
to the bit that you like.
Why are you people like this? It's so weird.
What do you mean?
You think we're just gonna
Fucking
stay through the
insane.
video?
Yeah, I've got a video here that's 12 minutes, 10 seconds long. Can you just get to the last 5 seconds so as I can make my point? No, let's watch 12 minutes, 10 seconds. How about that?
No, but we've already established that cameras impose curvature
So,
convexly.
really?
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
This is a
Matt,
rectilinear lens.
Yes,
this
they
is
do.
minimal.
Look how much it's supposedly curving. It's like the smallest planet, globe Earth ever. Like, what are we doing?
that is the
I'm
lamest
starting to doubt
scope
your
I've ever
credentials
heard.
as a flat earther, I've got to be honest.
And you called me a
So-
coward?
Well, you've literally said nothing. All you have is just insults. Like
Debate
the
me,
best
bro.
that you have is like videos of like GoPros and
This is not a
curvature.
GoPro. This is a rectilinear. So basically, you just don't like this, so therefore it can't be true. Is that literally your argument against
I
it?
didn't say it can't be true.
Well, it is true.
I said the issue is that all these lenses impose curvature, and then I see this
They
supposed
don't.
curvature change and distort and go convex and concave. Like, so how do I know where the real curvature is?
If someone showed you a video from space and it was a flat horizon, would you ask any questions or would you just completely accept it immediately?
No, he would be like, there it is.
Yeah, look at this. There's got evidence now. Brilliant.
No, I wouldn't
I
take
mean-
that as evidence. I don't even think you could like leave and take a picture of the supposed Earth.
How? Only a flat earther.
How? Why?
Only a flat earther could sit and watch this video whilst pretending it isn't doing what it's doing for the entire video. That's how brainwashed you guys are. You're literally watching this video telling me it isn't doing what it's doing. Well, everyone in the room can see that it is. Do you realize how ridiculous that is?
So you say you can't leave the Earth. Why?
Gladiator?
Every time they shoot rockets, we never actually see it go anywhere. So
We do.
they're
I have a
claiming
friend.
that we do.
I have a friend that tracked Artemis all the way to the moon and back.
And how did he do that?
You know, with this awesome device called a telescope.
So he actually like watched it leave Earth, go to the moon, go do a little circle around the moon, and come back.
Correct.
Like, where's
Yes,
this
he
viral
was.
video?
He was. He
I haven't
was.
seen any
at-
video like that.
Oh, you should look up Astronomy Live. He was at the launch site, recorded the rocket as it left, then went home and tracked it in space. The following night, tracked it going with his own math, tracked it going to the moon. The following night, tracked it again, live streamed every consecutive night, and then tracked it coming back from the moon.
So he's tracking light
Astronomy
in the sky.
Live. Astronomy Live. Yes. A light, no, try the rocket. No, not a light. You can see the rocket as it moves with respect to the background stars.
Yeah, I guarantee it's just a light on the screen. You don't actually see like a defined Orion capsule.
Well, it's very, very far away.
Are there any images of this like Orion capsule? Like you'd see it like transit the moon. You know how like you can see the ISS. Like
This is
going
even
through-
more embarrassing now I've slowed it down, and Gladiator. That's why you're not addressing it anymore. Because it's even
Well,
more
no, I changed
obvious.
the topic.
Yeah, that's convenient. Right, I'll
You don't want to go to the end where it literally does what I,
don't
claim
want
it
it.
does.
You. God damn it!
That's
You
okay.
don't want to address the last 2 seconds of the video. Therefore, I win. Oh, look at that.
You can see it changing how much it curves as the angle of the camera dips down.
Yeah.
So
Have
you
you?
guys are actually just denying what you I see.
Oh, really?
That's okay.
That's what we're doing, is it?
Yeah.
The projection on the comment was IMAX with Dolby Atmos sound.
Oh, look at it. Look at that. That's clearly concave.
Wait, so Max, can you pull up like this video of
Oh.
your friend who
Yeah.
Shall I take this video down then?
Ryan thing?
Okay.
'Cause I guarantee it is just a light in the sky.
Guarantee you, he just wants to see something else to say nutter. So.
Right, but
Oh, so
let,
you
let
didn't want
me
to pull up the end of the video, so you concede. Thank you.
let me give you the
Take
sequence of
whatever
events.
win you can. You need it.
The dude goes, sees the rocket take off, goes home, does his own math on where the rocket should be based on the available information, points his telescope
Aha, based
at
on the
sky.
available information. So
Yeah,
you're just
because,
taking
I mean,
the
he was-
information from the
No,
people
no,
who are
no,
telling you the story.
No,
Cool.
I know you're
Where
preemptively
did you
coping
get
it.
your information from, Gladiator? Where did you get all of your
No, I just
flat
don't
Earth
believe the story.
information? Well, where did you
I
get
just
all of
don't
your
believe the story,
information
bro.
from, Gladiator? I do wonder.
YouTube. University of
Oh,
UP.
so you just told. So what people told you then? You just believed that.
Yeah,
So what's the
I
difference?
listen and I see things. And
What's
I
the
think to
difference
myself,
in
I don't
you?
think
You when
for
you
what someone says
when
just because they've
flat
got three letters
earthers
in front of their name.
when flat earthers mock people for just believing what they were told, what exactly point do they think that they're making when they've just done exactly the same but the opposite?
No. We're disbelieving what we were told.
It's like
taking
saying.
a step back.
It's like saying.
We're reanalyzing things.
But it's like having a problem with your teeth and going to the dentist and saying you just believe what the dentist told you. I YouTubed that and it was different.
Yeah, but it's just not all analogous. Like when you're talking about a dentist and a cosmologist, it's like they're two very different professions.
Yeah,
Like modern
they
day
are.
cosmology,
But there's still
like
expertise,
to say
isn't
it
it?
crudely, they're just making guesses based on assumptions. Literally looking at lights.
They're
in the sky.
making
That's all
guesses
they're
based
doing.
on assumptions.
It's a different type of science, as compared to someone doing like brain surgery or some shit. It's way different.
You see it moving? Ah, shoot, I fucked up.
Oh,
One
look,
second.
light, a tiny little grain speck of light in the sky, not a defined Orion capsule
Hold
transiting.
on, let's
the moon.
bring this
Cool.
up here.
Well, it's a freaking rocket, dude.
Well, how do you know that's any different to these like satellites?
Because I told you, you cut me off. I told you. The guy went, watched the launch in person, and then did
and
the
then
math.
didn't see where the
according-
rocket went.
I need you to stop interrupting me. Did the math.
Oh, but you love
according to
interrupting,
the
so now I'm going to interrupt you.
But I thought you wanted to have a
according to-
conversation. Do you want his explanation? Because you just asked him to bring up, so let him explain it. Surely
Yeah, I'm
that's
trolling.
fair.
My bad. I'll stop.
According to where he saw the rocket take off and the direction, trajectory, velocity, everything, he calculated where it should be, pointed his telescope, and then lo and behold, there it was. And I'm showing it to you like that. I'm moving it back and forth so you can see that it moves with respect to the stars. And then came back the following night, tracked it again, basically continuing the trajectory, following the math he'd already done, tracked it a second night, a third night, tracked it all the way to the moon and back. Astronomy Live is the channel, if you're interested, friend of mine.
So let's just run through what he did. He went and watched the rocket launch live, which no flat earthers ever deny happened. They do shoot rockets into the sky. Then no one sees where those rockets go. They always like bank and then go behind the horizon. Like they never go straight up. So then you go
Because
home.
that
You
wait,
take the
stop.
information they give you, and you track a
No.
light in the sky that looks no different to
No,
any
no.
supposed satellite in the sky.
That's
And
not what I
it's
said.
where the math that they give me is where it's supposed to be.
I
This
love
light
how
in the
you're-
sky.
I love how you're crumbling. He didn't take any information other than what he did himself. He did Astronomy Live is the final boss, and he does all his own math. He does everything himself. He wrote his own tracking software for his telescope. So, like, I need you to stop preemptively coping and address the argument. The guy saw the rocket, and the reason why they turn, it's called a gravity turn, it's to save fuel. It would be extremely dumb to line the rocket up to the moon and shoot it like a bullet, because then you have to expend fuel to brake, and that's just not how things work.
Yeah, or they're just not actually going anywhere. But again, you're just
Well,
saying
I
that
mean-
this guy used his own math. Like, okay,
Yes.
cool. Like, what does that
Mhm.
supposedly prove? Is it not still based on the information that he's getting from NASA?
You know,
No.
Can I have a? I've got a
No,
question.
it's not.
Hold on a minute,
Were you
Gladiator.
backtracking on your statement you made about 5 minutes ago when you said it's based on the available information given to him?
Yeah, but I never mentioned NASA. The available information was where he saw the rocket go with his own eyes, because he was there at the launch. Do you want me to show you the launch?
I believe the launch. Yeah, that's like cool.
Gladiator,
They launch stuff
can
into
I ask you a
space.
question? So you think NASA's just they just there to lie to deceive us about the shape of the Earth, right?
Put it crudely, yeah, like pretty much.
At what point do
Yeah.
they let people?
I mean,
in?
well,
At what point do they let
well,
people into the deception? Like,
When
so if you've got a budding astronaut, right, and that wants to, I want to be an astronaut, I want to go to the moon, I want to do all this stuff. At what point do they take them to one side and say, actually, this is all bollocks? None of this is
yeah,
real.
well, they wouldn't let anyone just get to that position, would they? That doesn't really make sense, does it?
Well, no, because it's bollocks. But
So
I'm
like
asking
Tim Peake, the British one.
Mm.
Would you think like he's just like a budding astronaut and they just select him because he's so good at like space missions?
What do you think he
Or do
is?
you think these people actually all like part of a big group or a very little group, and they selectively pick people specifically for the deception?
Hmm.
Do you not
So
think
if
that's
NASA
in a
tells
world where
you,
they are deceiving? Do you not think that's the more smart thing
What
that they would do?
evidence do you have for this?
Okay, so that is what they would do.
Based on
Okay, how about the fact that all the people who went like on the Apollo missions were all Freemasons? Why are they all Freemasons?
they're not.
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't,
nothing.
I don't know.
Nothing at all.
I don't.
Yeah.
I
You
don't.
guys
I don't know that they are. What difference does it make if they are? I don't understand what
Okay, so I just
what relevance that is.
established that all the people who supposedly went to the moon were Freemasons. How does that make any sense?
Well, you've
That's
just
a claim.
established that, have you?
That's a claim.
Literally. Okay, well you can.
I got
you know,
a
people have
question.
Google.
I got
People
a
are gonna
question
go
here for you.
Google it, and they're gonna see that I'm right, and then.
Oh, should we Google the shape of the Earth while we're at it? Right. So, ask this guy: how does he enter the highway? Does he merge with moving traffic at speed, or make a 90-degree turn?
Is what is merging with a highway the same as shooting a rocket
Yeah.
up into space, supposedly? No, I get it. I get the explanation for why they kind of like bank horizontally. I get it. Like, but it's just okay. That's
You know that
that's a cool story. Like that's a
what
coincidence.
happens?
Okay.
What
It's not
happens
story,
is that
is it?
everything in space moves in orbit, right? So you launch the rocket and you make it
That's what they
orbit
say.
the Earth. That's why it starts turning to the side. And then what you do is when you are on the opposite side of the Earth Moon rocket system, you're on the far side, you light up the rocket again. And that makes the high portion of the orbit, or what's called the apoapsis, that makes the apoapsis start rising. And then you move your apoapsis by firing the rocket again in an intersect trajectory with the moon, or in this case, they put the apoapsis behind the moon so that they could do what's called a free return.
Okay. Yeah, that's some cool like rocket science and math on how they could supposedly do it. But how do they actually propel? How does a rocket propel itself in a vacuum?
It
Replicate
pushes
that here on
off.
Earth. There's
Do
nothing
you
available
know
for it to push off, right?
rockets
How do
push
you
off
propel
of
yourself in
themselves?
an empty vacuum?
Can I ask you?
Rockets push off of themselves.
So Gladiator, can I ask you a question? So let's say you've got a
Divert.
huge. Let's say you've got a huge vacuum chamber, right? And you blow up a balloon. You hold the end of the balloon. You put the balloon in the vacuum chamber. What happens to the balloon?
Guessing it wouldn't just go straight up or any which way.
Would the air inside the balloon still come out of the balloon?
It would leave the balloon.
Yeah.
It would expand into the available space, but
And the balloon
How
would
does
just
it-
sit there doing nothing, would it?
it wouldn't get propelled any which way, and it wouldn't.
Yeah,
get
no, it would.
continuously
It
propel
absolutely
itself.
would, and you know it would. That's
It
why
abs-
you. That's why you took about 3 minutes to answer.
Exactly.
Correct. So that's the same. The balloon was pushing off of itself.
Is it
Next.
the balloon the same as a rocket?
Yes.
Yes. In this case, yes, because it's the opposing force of the air or the fuel coming out at pressure from the rocket nozzle that exerts an opposing force on the rocket itself. Action and reaction. I mean,
And you
it
knew that as
happens
well.
like-
The thing is,
If you
the
grab a bowling
silence
ball-
told me everything I needed to know.
Yeah.
You knew that because you couldn't imagine that balloon wouldn't move, and it's exactly the same thing. Exactly
No, that
the
makes
same
sense.
thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'll
If you
concede that.
stand on a skateboard and you toss, let's say, a bowling ball or a heavy object, you will move in the opposing direction. And are you pushing off of air? No. You push the ball, and the ball pushes back on you, which moves you backwards. You could try this today with like a swivel chair or a chair that has wheels or a skateboard or something that can move. And are you pushing off of the air? No. You're pushing the object and the object pushes back on you. Action, reaction.
I've been busted here. Hang
doesn't-
on a second.
it just doesn't make sense to me, man.
Brandon sent me $4.99 from Brandon. Matt said NASA. Here's the shield money. Just give me my NASA shield
Ooh.
money there. So I've been busted. There.
Let's
Sorry.
go.
Cheers, Brandon. Like, try not to pay me when I'm on lives. It makes me look bad. But thanks.
Yeah, I don't think you're a shill. I think you probably know a lot more about like the globe model if you're a shill.
Yeah, I'm definitely not shield. I wouldn't shield for anybody. Like I don't.
Yeah, I don't think you're a shill.
I'm not
Crazy.
sure shills exist. You know, I used to think.
No, that's not true. Of course, shills. exist.
Who? What, get name a shill for me.
What like any shit? You don't think like any like secret service like would ever get like shit like? You don't think
No, I'm
shills
talking
exist?
about. I'm talking about as far as the internet, like creators and whatever. Like, so even famous people on the internet. Name someone that you think is a shill.
I think someone like Alex Jones could be.
So that's weird to me because like he's the one that kind of kickstarted all of this years and years ago, and then he got all of these people.
I wanted to ask you,
I'm back.
why do you say that you can't leave the Earth?
Because I don't believe the evidence, because that's a claim, right, that people have left the Earth, and that's a very extraordinary claim by a small group of people that happens to be the government that controls everything. So if they're the only people claiming they can do it, and the only evidence they give me is photos and videos which look very dodgy to me, then
Well, but that's false because there's tons of amateur both rockets and balloons that leave
yeah, and they always
the Earth.
come back down. They don't though, because that one that Cass just
Well,
showed gets
yeah.
to a certain limit and it comes back down. And it's
Well,
actually
yeah,
illegal
but-
to shoot. You can't just shoot something into orbit. That's illegal. You can't do that.
Well, you can't by yourself, but you can purchase a satellite of your own.
Okay, so a satellite is
A
again
Q-
should just
a
be really high
CubeSat?
up.
There's commercially available CubeSats. They're called. They're like small satellites that you can customize and choose the instruments that they go on. You get assigned an orbit, and I don't know. I think it's like 100,000.
Yeah, so it's not like a readily available thing. It's gonna cost you probably like 10 grand, 15 grand, I imagine. And again, that's just
No,
shooting something high
100,
up,
but
or 100 grand. There you go. So that's
yeah,
not readily
a
available
Ferrari
to most
costs
people, is it?
a Bugatti Veyron costs $5 million. So yeah, things are expensive.
Yeah, for sure.
Is
Things are
it an
expensive.
impediment because a Bugatti Veyron costs $5 million? Are they not readily available?
No, I've been in a Bugatti Chiron before. Or maybe it
Okay.
wasn't a Bugatti. It was like a.
So they
a
are.
car
Sorry,
like
sorry,
that.
just got to do a
So-
check it. But they're saying on YouTube they can't hear you too. Can everybody? Is it just CK that can't hear, or is it everybody that can't hear Max or the other guy?
Oh, CK
no.
said it's her.
It's just cleavage.
Yeah. Damn CK. Love you, bro.
CK, go and get some more
so-
fucking implants.
So you just admitted that because something is expensive, it doesn't mean that it's readily available, correct?
No, that's just a bit of an issue with it. But even look, I'll grant you that. Yeah, you can do that. I'm aware of this. That doesn't prove anything. You're talking about shooting something up supposedly into orbit.
Yeah.
How do we verify this?
Well, because then you get the data from the satellite.
And where's this data coming from?
Hold on.
What do you mean?
I've got a super chat here for you. You're not getting the money. Glad I am, but this is for you. So Australian $14.99 Australian dollars from Sean the Sheep. He's a sheep, just like the rest of us. If the rocket took off from Australia, wouldn't the camera show the edge of flat Earth closer on one side, not perfect equidistant any direction you look? The horizon is equal distance because it's round. That's a very good point. If you're close to the edge of the dome,
Why you wouldn't see the edge?
no, but if you launch a rocket from the south near the ice wall, surely when it goes up, it would look quite like it would end there, but go a long way that way. That's what he's saying.
No,
It wouldn't be
Who's
equidistant.
saying there's ends to it? Who said that?
Well, you don't think that we've argued about this model numerous times, and now you're saying that isn't the model.
But I every time you pull that little thing up, or anyone does, I say I don't and never have claimed that, and I never would claim any model. I don't think you can make the Earth into a model.
Oh,
You-
sure you can.
You have to be able to
No,
model
you can't.
reality. Otherwise, you've got
Oh,
nothing to
you
argue.
absolutely can.
Yeah, well, okay, this is maybe just more of a philosophical argument. I don't think we are going to be able to model everything in reality.
Oh, but you're
That's
wrong.
pretty
I
crazy.
can show you a computer model that a friend of mine made that has both the globe Earth and the flat Earth. So you're just wrong.
To anybody on YouTube,
Yeah, we can-
just to let to anybody on YouTube, if you're having problems, because my internet just cut out and kicked back in again. So if you're not hearing me, if you're not hearing them, just refresh and it should sort itself out. There's nothing wrong. Right, carry on.
Yeah, like the idea that you could just make this like, how long did it take to make the globe Earth model? Like, it wasn't overnight, right? You had to make a bunch of different observations, mostly in the sky, and get a bunch of things wrong and keep revising it. And keep adding
Well, yeah,
stuff
we
to it.
have thousands of years of that.
Right. So, what you expect me to have a model? I'm
I mean,
rejecting this current model. So I don't think there's
my
sufficient
friend did
evidence
it.
for it. Like,
Shout
how can you
out
expect
Dicey
me to
Spin.
make one? Yeah, people have
Oh,
tried
I
making
mean-
one. Yeah, sure. Like the
Yeah, you know
Walter
which
Bisman
one-
model. Right, sure.
Yeah,
So
I don't think that
you
they're
have.
at all going to be anywhere close to accurate to the true nature of
Well,
reality.
Well, we have a model. It's called suncalc.org. That one predicts things very accurately, and that's a globe model. If you go to your location and you ask it, it will give you
What-
the direction, the time the sun sets. It will
Right,
give
so
you
when you
everything.
say predictions, you're talking about like the stuff in the sky that we see, which
Yeah.
all these things were predicted, like long before anyone claimed any globe Earth model. So you
That
don't
is
need.
incorrect.
Well, that's not incorrect. So
but you can't
There's
make
many-
them. Like, this is what I
many
say.
societies with
You act like
a
it doesn't
non-globe
matter.
cosmology
You
and
need-
a geocentric
The
cosmology.
sky needs to work
predict it.
with the ground. It does.
Hmm.
It does work
Yeah.
with the ground. Yeah, it does work with the ground.
No flat Earth model does, because you know what?
Okay,
I
so
live
what
in
can't
the
be
south.
explained?
What
I live
can't
in
be
the south.
explained? 2 points of anything in the south. Yeah, 2 points of rotation can't be explained. The sun not changing size can't
Okay.
be explained.
So if I can come up with some things that can't be explained in your model, does that falsify your model?
Let's try.
Are we going to hold the same thing?
You can try. You will fail, but you can try.
Okay.
And
so why?
I mean, the biggest one is for everyone in the south right now, the sun is moving right to left. That is impossible with any flat Earth model ever.
No, I'm pretty sure that's been explained. Okay.
No.
And I'm sure you've
no,
been
be-
showing it, but that is just
No,
the
there
thing
is
that you
no
will
explanation because the sun moves clockwise over the flat Earth from east to west. But
What
when
if
I
there's
look
two
at the sun,
poles on the Earth? What if there's two like
oh, so it's
poles
a
on the
globe,
Earth, right? Yeah, but not on a globe.
like on the globe. This is the two-pole flat Earth model is the copiest cope that ever coped.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what you say.
I mean, it's an admittance that you have to invent two poles over a flat plane.
It's an
Because-
explanation.
This is what I think, right?
I'm
So,
not saying it's definitively that's what it is. That's what you guys
Gladiator,
do. You say
Gladiator. I've
definitively
spoke
what
to you,
something is.
Gladiator. I've spoke to you a few times. I've heard you speak to other people and that, and I think that your belief in flat Earth comes from your general distrust of governments in general and all of the other shit that goes on in the world, yeah. Which I
Well,
completely,
that doesn't
get.
help.
Which I completely get.
doesn't
right?
help.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
Well,
But
it
when
comes
you,
from
but
a
when,
distrust of the story they told me about the globe.
but when you have this argument, you never seem to have anything. You don't seem to have any evidence or any
I was
kind
going
of
to get to
rebuttals.
something that refutes the globe, but
So you
before
just,
Ooh,
you
go
just
for
dig. Yeah, well, before you do, I've got a couple of super chats, and that's the important thing here, right? Because money makes the fucking world go round. So let's do these. So it
doesn't go
says,
round anyway.
well, it does. I forgot. I've just said that without thinking. So when the SpaceX first stage returns, it doesn't have the second stage. Where does it go? Anyone can download pics from satellites and see Starlink in the sky.
yeah, it probably crashes into the ocean.
And the ISS,
What about the ISS?
you can see the ISS going over your head at 17,000 miles per hour.
Yeah, I've seen the ISS. I have an app that showed me that was the ISS, and I tracked it go over my head. It's a yeah.
Oh,
Sure, there's
globe confirmed.
no, we're talking about looking up at some sort of object in the sky. Could easily be some sort of
Going
high altitude drone or balloon or
Do you
whatever.
believe the?
going
And it's
17.
going.
Yeah.
It's doing a circuit around the Earth. You assume around a globe model. It could easily be mapped out on any flight.
17,000 miles per hour. You
I
can't
don't
do
believe
that
that.
speed on the atmosphere. Dude, you can
How do
see
you know
it.
it's going that fast?
It orbits the Earth once every 90 minutes.
Yeah, how could you prove that?
You can see, like, if you had the math skills, you could calculate your field of view. You can measure the altitude to the ISS with 2 telescopes. That's for one. And then you can calculate in your field of view how fast it goes, or you can count the pixels to calculate its speed. It's going, my friends have done it, 17,000 miles per hour.
But don't you have to assume how high it is to make?
No, you can measure it. I told you that my friends are the final bosses. Astronomy Live and Res Rhetoric have measured the altitude and speed of the ISS themselves.
Yeah,
Don't you think that's
measurements.
weird though, Gladiator? Like, well, on the globe side, you've got so many people that are measuring this and measuring that and doing all of these observations. On the flat Earth side, you've got occasionally someone that says, "I saw too far." That's literally it.
Or
Not
you have a
literally,
dude
yeah.
with like a kiddie pool and some Christmas lights.
Oh my God, yeah. Have you ever seen him, Gladiator? Have you ever seen Weapon on here?
No.
So he's a flat earther, and his model is, and I'm not taking the, well, I am a bit. I'm taking the piss a little bit. So, but his model is a child's paddling pool, and he's being very serious. And flat earthers on here push his model. They do. It's got a child's paddling pool. Around, like, it's not got anything in it, but around the outside, he's got Christmas lights for the ice wall. And on top of it, he's got a black umbrella with stars, like school stars that you get when you've done a good job, stuck on it, on the black umbrella. And he twirls the umbrella around and says, "This is an accurate model of the flat Earth."
Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't say this is an accurate model of the flat Earth. I'm sure he says
Oh,
this
he
is
does.
the way
Oh,
you
yes.
could describe an observation. This is an example of some sort of.
Yeah, you
Right, cool.
defending that model? Come on, be normal,
No, I'm
laugh. It's ridiculous, right? Come on.
I just
we
don't
have
believe
Joe
that he's saying this
Hanby.
is a model, but sure, if he did, that is pretty funny. Yeah. Look, I'll admit there's people on my side that are out of their mind. Of course they are. Like, it's to be able to think of something like this and truly put yourself in that position to step back and go, how do I believe something as fundamental as where we are? You've got to be already a little bit receptible to more fringe ideas, right? So of course this subject's going to attract
Why?
some crazy people. But hey, guess what? In your model, wasn't like Einstein like into banging his like cousin or something?
Yeah, probably. He was a weird cunt,
Yeah,
Einstein.
That's a pretty
Right.
yeah, that's pretty damn weird. And he's like your religious
That
leader.
Well, look at him,
all
You can see he's
All
weird just
through
by
through
looking at him.
history,
He's like
all
your
through history, there were intra-family marriages. It says nothing about the ideas of a person.
Right, I've got a couple more super chats here. So JD says,
weird.
Gladiator Mr. No evidence of flat Earth ever for $9.99. Cheers, JD. I'm going to get to your evidence in a sec. I'm going to ask for your best. CK, she has given all of her implant money to me. You don't believe in models, but you trust weather forecasts, GPS, traffic predictions, and Google Maps. Sounds like you believe in models. That's
None of
cleavage,
that
Kai.
requires the globe. They all assume the
It-
globe
it
and they make
does.
globe corrections and calculations with it. Like GPS
No,
like
it-
updates like as you're going, like it maps it around supposedly going around the globe. It's not like already
Yeah,
set out for you.
they account for the globe and relativity.
Yeah. Yeah, they're making calculation and they do the same thing with relativity. They have to make calculations because it doesn't actually match when they first do it.
No,
If anything, it disproves relativity.
Oh no, you're just hard coping. They have to account for relativity because satellites in space are going so fast that time dilation is a thing. So you have to account for all of that. Otherwise, the GPS system would just not work at all. And if you go to developers.google.com/maps/documentation/javascript/geometry, Google themselves tell you that how they account for the Earth being a globe and how they flatten the globe in order to give you Google Maps. This is primary documentation from Google themselves.
They flatten the globe to give us Google Maps.
Yes.
Okay. So how does that how does that prove the globe? If we're using a flat
Because-
map, basically.
But they're telling you that it's not a flat Earth map. They start with a sphere
Oh.
because the Earth is a sphere, and then they have to give you the map on your flat screen phone. They have to flatten it out, and they lay out basically
Because
everything.
it'd be ridiculous to like navigate with a globe, because no one would ever do that. And we don't actually map the Earth as a globe. We map it flat and then we stitch it all together and assume a globe.
No, that is
You're
that is
missing
the
some, like,
opposite.
But when you look at it
Stuff.
from
You-
space, it looks very much like a globe, as we established
Who,
earlier.
who's like you? Who's we? I've never looked at it from space. Neither of
I showed you earlier.
No one you know as.
I showed you earlier.
No. That's sending off a camera that imposes curvature.
What? Just
Right back now.
That is again.
You're not sending anything
the-
into space. You're sending something really high up. I could show you that same
Dude.
curvature from much lower. So
No, you can't. You're
Yes, you
hitting.
can.
You're hitting all the Copium greatest hits. Did you just buy the album?
I mean, you could say
That's all you have. It's like nah.
right. I'm done with Nutter, so I want you to say something positive claim about the flat Earth, please.
Okay,
Nice.
so they say that the Earth is not in the center of the universe, but all observations shows that we are in the center of the universe. For example, the cosmic
They
microwave
don't.
background, which is taking all like the radiation data from like the start of the Big Bang, and it's like tracking its the direction of like where the energy is going. I forget the term. I think it's like isotropic or anisotropic,
It's anisotropic.
anisotropic.
This is
that's
a
it,
this
right?
is a Witzscope.
This
Yeah,
is a fact.
this is a Witticism.
What did Whitsitt come up with the cosmic microwave background? Like, did he do it?
No,
so this
he
is
came
coming
up with
from
the cope argument that you're
paradigm.
doing right now.
How is this a cope argument? This is a real thing that I looked into, that many people have looked into.
You're just parroting with it. It's okay. I can explain it to you. If you made the observation from anywhere in the universe, it would look the same.
Okay, that's a cope. That is a cope.
No, it's
you
not.
can't prove that. We're going off the observation
Oh.
we make here, and it's the only place we'll ever be able to make an observation. And the observation shows that all the energy is going towards the direction of Earth, and Earth appears to be in the center of this
No, it
supposed
doesn't.
heliocentric universe where we're doing all these spins and we're going around the sun, and the sun's shooting at like millions of miles an hour. Like,
It
but
doesn't.
it all looks like we're in the center, and everything goes around us. Even all the galaxies are like in a cycle around us.
It doesn't.
Why isn't every... Okay, so you're denying. So what's the axis of evil? Explain what that term is relating to the cosmic microwave background. They call it the axis of evil. What's that?
That's an effect of what happens when you make the observation. That's what I told you. Anywhere you look in the
So
universe,
what is it? No, but
it will
explain what
have
the observation
have the
is.
same thing.
You're denying what I'm saying the observation is, though. So you need to now say what you think the observation is, if you're denying.
I already told you that anywhere in the universe that you would look, it would look like you're in the center. Imagine
Ah.
yourself in a field.
So it
Imagine
does look
yourself
like we're in the
in a-
center.
Imagine yourself in a grass field.
Yeah.
And you don't see trees, you don't see anything, all you see is grass. Anywhere you look, it will look to you like you're in the center. If you have no other reference point, it will look like you're in the center from
Well,
anywhere you are.
It's a good job we've got loads of reference points. We've got loads. Like all the stuff in the sky going around us. That's a bad analogy.
The stuff
You can try again.
at the very least, the stuff in our solar system goes around the sun.
Okay. Yeah, the wandering stars. As
The planets.
oh, yeah, planets.
Mhm.
All planets. Yeah, sure. They go
They
around
are.
the sun.
They are planets.
Yeah. They're lights in the sky that are on a different path to the stars. in it.
They're not. Oh no, you're about to
Much-
get
much
freaky.
brighter.
You're about to get so cooked.
Ooh.
Matt, can you make me big?
I don't know what turns you on, Max. I don't know. I've got some porn here, fox porn or something. What do you want? Oh, well, I'll make you beat. I got you.
So this is my friend sent me this picture yesterday. The light in the sky. Why does it have a shadow on it?
Yeah, so there's little orbs or lights up in the sky. Who said there can't be a
How does a light
light.
cast a shadow? How
I'm
does
not
a
saying
light
it's
cast a shadow
I'm
on
not saying
another
it's
light?
casting a shadow.
I'm literally showing you one of Jupiter's moons casting a shadow on the
Okay.
planet. Do you want?
They
Here's
could
another
be.
one.
They even if they were spherical like rocks,
They
that
are.
doesn't
Look
prove.
at
Okay,
that.
it's irrelevant. That doesn't prove anything either way.
Mm-hmm. So they're not lights in the sky, correct?
They are.
So what's
No,
he
they're
showing
not.
you
There's
there?
no, there's no way of
literally-
proving that's a
on.
physical terra firma you could go and land and walk around on and play golf.
Only physical things cast shadows. There's a shadow right there. The moon
What
is
if it's
casting
like
a shadow
plasma?
on.
What about
Excuse
plasma?
me. The moon is casting a shadow on the planet, which means that the moon is physical and the planet is physical. And it also means that they're not lights.
Okay. So
Do you want to
and I
see?
said-
Do you want to see Saturn?
even if they are these physical, like spherical planets you can supposedly walk on, that doesn't. How does that anything relate to whether we're in the center or not? No. relevance.
Because we see them. We see the planets.
Don't you
orbit
think that's a
the sun.
cool image? Come on.
Dude, this is
What's a cool
badass.
image? You know,
This
I mean,
that I'm showing you.
man, I used to think it was cool. I was a bit of a space like junkie. I was into
So
it.
what do you think that is?
The
I
funny
think
thing
it's,
is, you
I mean,
can
yeah, like
you
you can look through a telescope and see something that's sort of like that, but to get an actual image like that, you got to do a lot of photo editing.
no. All you have to do
It's not
is
really what you're seeing, but
yeah, no, that's exactly what you're seeing. The only thing you have to do is if you hold on, leave me up because I'm pulling up
Okay.
something else.
God, you're so
it does
demanding
look
today.
very
Max.
cool. Like
I'm
the
sorry.
heavens are very cool. They're astounding. And the fact that you guys think you know exactly like what's going on is what's crazy.
Oh yeah,
think
because I have
never
friends that own big ass telescopes. That's Venus, that's Saturn, and you will notice that the rings, the front rings, are casting a shadow on the planet, and the planet is casting a shadow on the back of the rings, like
Okay, so-
physical things do.
Yeah.
Then
it's
this guy
maybe it's some
also
sort of
took-
physical orb. Yeah.
This guy also took with the same telescope picture of the moon during the day, picture of a moon during the night, and now we get to the good stuff.
I mean, they
You
could
know
have
those
just, like, the moon
galaxies
could
you
just be
say that don't
plasma.
exist?
People have recreated
How
that
does plasma block out the sun? This is a picture of the moon in front of the sun during the 2024 eclipse.
Okay.
Hello.
Like does like that
So-
like the fact that you show an eclipse and it doesn't compute in your mind, that isn't it odd that the sun and the moon, which are supposedly like these crazy different bodies in the sky, happen to be exactly 400 times the sun's is 400 times as far away as the
They're
moon,
different.
400 times as big. So they just
They're at
happen
different
to look
distances.
the
The sun
exact
is
same
actually a
size.
lot larger. It's just farther away.
Yeah, I just said that. Bro. Keep up. I'm saying
So-
it's a coincidence that they look the same size, though, right? Because the
One-
sun's so much
one
bigger than
second.
the moon, supposedly. But they look the
One
same
second,
size.
let me
The
plug.
sun is still bigger in angular size. You just can't see it because you have to have a solar filter. You can only really
One
see it
second.
whenever there's a solar eclipse.
Hold on a
One,
minute.
1 second.
Is that Luke? Hold on a
Shout
minute.
out to Astro Doug, Astro DUG on TikTok and the YouTube. Thank you so much for sharing your stuff. Go on. I'll be back. I need to go to the restroom for a second.
Okay,
So
mate.
in your model, it's like a coincidence that the sun and the moon look the same size. That's where we
The
get
sun's
perfect
actually bigger in
eclipses.
angular size. I just told you that. Like I've
Okay,
been
but
to
we
2
get
eclipses.
perfect
I've seen it.
eclipses.
It's bigger in angular size than the moon. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to get an eclipse like that.
Okay. They're the same size.
It's not the same.
To get a
It's
perfect.
similar.
Okay. So it's a coincidence, right? Because like you think like just in the vastness and randomness of space. Like, you know, if you think back, I'm trying to think of like a, you know, like I guess you've seen like Avatar, like with like
Yeah,
on
don't
that
really
planet,
remember
there's
it.
like there's a really big planet in the sky, and then there's like more like little ones near it. Like, you'd think in the randomness of space, it would more look like that in the comparison of our moon to the sun, but they are basically the exact same size, like from how we see it from
And
Earth.
you think that that's cause to believe a flat Earth? How is
I
that
think it's
flat Earth
supposed to
proof?
believe that this place was designed. I was just
Yeah, you
a
do
separate point.
avoid the flatness question quite a lot. Like,
Yeah.
everybody does.
I mean-
do you want to argue geocentrism? What do you want to argue?
I mean, there's a big part of it. There's two arguments.
Well,
What's the
geocentrism
shape of the
is
Earth,
the
and is
belief-
the Earth moving?
Is the belief that the Earth as a sphere is the center of the universe.
No, it's not, because all flat earthers are geocentric. But there's
It is-
geocentric
it's-
models with a globe Earth. Absolutely, there's many geocentric globe Earthers. Yeah.
Right, and I have a question for you. I've been meaning to ask this to a flat earther. So, so you believe that the Earth is flat? If the Earth is flat, why have a curved dome? Shouldn't the dome be flat too? What's?
I don't know if
I don't
know if there's
understand
a curved dome. I don't know if the dome's curved. I don't know if there's a dome. I do think there's some sort of barrier between us and the stuff in the sky.
Right. Shouldn't the dome be flat because the Earth is flat, according to you? So it should be flat too.
I'm not saying it is flat. I doubt the claims of a curving ball, which obviously would leave you to think, well, what's if something's not curving? It's flat.
So why wouldn't it just go up like this and then just have a flat top and then down like the other?
You mean like be like a box almost? Is that
Yeah.
like with a right angle. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows?
But flat earthers
Have you
always
ever- I'm not doing
pretend. Flat earthers like to pretend that when a plane flies towards Antarctica, it has to fly at a lower altitude because it will hit the lower bit of the dome.
I don't think I've ever really heard that claim, but that's interesting.
Can we examine that claim? You said that there is some sort of container. The pressure
Yeah,
at sea
and
level
that's-
is 1 atmosphere. The pressure at the top of Mount Everest is 0.3 atmospheres. That is a 70% difference. Where is the container that is preventing the pressure at sea level from rising to equalize the pressure at the top of Mount Everest?
Let's unpack what you're saying here. We're talking about sea pressure and air. There's pressure. So what is required if there's pressure? Something to contain said pressure, because you
Right.
can't
What about
It's
a
not.
without a
pressure wave?
container. This is
You know
That's
what?
exactly-
You know what a
basic
pressure wave is?
fundamental
That-
law, right? Like
It's
you guys are
not.
denying it. It is.
It's not. Where is the container between 1 atmosphere of pressure at sea level and 0.3? That's a 70%
Are you
difference.
are you so you're
Why
saying there
is it-
can't be a pressure gradient? Is that what you're
Hey,
saying?
real quick, for a pressure wave, do you need a container?
Don't let him run away from this. Hold
Any
on.
sort of pressurized system, you need containment, yes? And I
No,
would
you
ask
don't.
you-
No,
Why
Okay, so can you
is
replicate that here? Can you replicate that here down on Earth?
A pressure
Why-
wave?
Yes.
No, can you
I have a.
replicate pressure without a system, without a container?
Yes.
A pressurized
pressure
system.
wave.
I can grab the barometer app on my phone and I can put it on the floor, measure an amount. I can raise the phone above my head and measure lower pressure.
Yeah, and you're in a
That's a
contained
pressure
area
differential
when you
without
do
a
it.
container.
You're in a container when you do it.
No, I'm not. I can do it outside.
That's an assumption problem.
Yeah,
for
which
you.
is in a container.
That's
Yeah, it
just
is a
an
little bit
assumption
like
problem
No.
for you.
But it's more a logical requirement.
Okay.
Because I can say to you, hey, let me talk for a bit. You guys are just like dogging.
Well, I
on
ain't
the
said
food
anything
world.
for ages. I've got a question.
Okay,
for
okay,
you.
let me just get this point.
Okay.
I can show you a physical demonstration on why pressurized systems, like a can of deodorant, requires the can of the deodorant. It requires a container. And if I was to open that container, it would disperse everywhere, omnidirectionally. And especially if I did that in a vacuum, adjacent to a vacuum. Now, the claim is the Earth's atmosphere is adjacent to a the vacuum of space. I'm not saying vacuums suck.
Okay.
What I'm saying is the pressurized system of Earth
I need to
would
ask something.
fill the available space. You
Right.
can't demonstrate
But it
that here on
doesn't.
Earth.
Hold on.
Yeah, because we're in a
I
contained
literally
system.
just
So well done.
I literally just demonstrated
Hold on.
it to you with the
With what?
Mount Everest example, and you're crumbling.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
we are
what's-
in a contained system.
So I got
No,
a
we're
better
not.
one. I've got a better one. Right. So basically, you do accept there is a gradient here. Yeah.
Yes, it's measurable.
Right. Exactly. So
Yeah.
what is the pressure at the top of the dome?
At the top,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been there to test it. I wouldn't make it.
But you would suggest it's almost nothing, right?
Yeah, pretty close to almost nothing. It's probably a lot less.
Right,
It's
so
a gradient.
So where's the pressure coming from up there then? And secondly, say if you were to create the dome you was to make it 20 times higher than it is. So the gradient would then go into an almost vacuum, right?
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
So say the dome went way higher than the dome actually does, the gradient would continue to get less and less dense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Until you was at a near vacuum at the top of the dome.
No, until you reach the limits of the container.
Okay, so keep going then. Make it even bigger.
But why?
Because what I'm trying to demonstrate is that you would also have a vacuum next to pressure.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes.
Because it would also be a... Okay. So you're saying that in a can of deodorant, there isn't a pressure gradient.
A can of deodorant isn't what you're arguing for.
Yes, it is. I'm
No,
talking
it's
about
not.
a pressurized system within a
So, okay.
container,
So is
physical
this
container.
the same as a can of deodorant?
If you filled it up with some sort of gas, like it was a pressurized system, then yes, it is. In theory, the same
But there's
thing.
no pressure, hardly any pressure pushing at the top of this, right? There's hardly
No,
anything
okay.
up there.
But look, you don't understand that it fills the available space,
But
right?
it doesn't,
What do you mean it doesn't?
because it gets less and less dense. Max has already said about Mount Everest. You can barely
Okay,
fucking
do you
breathe
know
on top
why
of
it
Mount
gets
Everest.
do you know why it gets less and less dense? Because there's forces.
Because
acting on
gravity
it.
exists.
Gravity.
There you go.
What's
So
your
that's your
explanation?
claim. That's your explanation.
I'm curious to hear
Gravity.
yours.
Well, I would first of all rebut that by saying,
Please
well,
do.
how come we're here on Earth? I can set up this experiment here on Earth, where the gravity is the strongest. I can set up an experiment where if I release a pressurized system from a containment, if I break that containment within a vacuum, it's going to immediately disperse omnidirectionally and
Yeah.
fill the available space.
Yeah.
That's down here on Earth,
Right.
where gravity is the strongest.
So why doesn't
gravity's not
that
affecting
happen?
it down here?
So
But
based
you're
on
saying
that,
it's happening way up in the
no,
sky.
I'm
where it's
saying
actually the
I'm
weakest.
saying that your argument is the same as our argument. There's nothing at the top of your dome either. So why isn't
not said
everything
nothing.
rushing up there to fill the available space?
Yeah, because there's downward bias on Earth.
Yeah, what's that?
Gladiator.
Why?
What's the downward bias?
Okay, so where's gas being produced?
No. I want you to tell me what
Like
the downward
on
bias
the
is.
floor, by like the ground and the trees and stuff, right?
Right.
They'll like produce the gas.
Yeah. Well, equally
course,
They
across
there's
don't
the
more
ground.
produce
at
it,
the
they
bottom.
recycle it.
Well, no, they take in different gases and they produce a new gas, right? Or they
And that's
produce the
No.
same gases.
And that's equal across
The
the whole
mix.
Earth, is it?
Well, it's all near the bottom. That's where the most
Right,
is.
so in the middle of the desert where there's fuck all,
Of course, there's going to be a
what's
gradient. Of course, there's
producing
going to
it?
be more at the bottom than there is. What do you mean? The ground. Do you not know the ground produces
You
gas?
just said trees and shit. There's nothing
Yeah,
in
I
the
said
desert.
and ground.
So,
And I said
Gladiator, real
underground.
quick, do you believe
The actual
in
Earth itself,
compounds and
bro.
molecules?
So maybe you should research that because you clearly know nothing.
Hey, Gladiator. So, do you believe in molecules and compounds?
I'm wondering what his downward acceleration is.
Okay, and you believe they have mass because they have to have mass to exist. So
Yeah, everything's going
so so compounds and molecules, they have mass. And what does gravity attract?
What does gravity attract?
Yeah,
You've been told that it's mass.
it attracts mass.
Well, that's ridiculous.
They have mass.
But you
So
have nothing to
it
replace
is-
it. So Is that more
I do.
ridiculous?
That's why we have the pressure we have whenever we're on the ground here, is because gravity is attracting the atmosphere above us and holding it in place. That's why the farther up you go, the
Supposed to already
gradient,
been told.
there's less pressure you have.
Okay, but I just gave you an example on an experiment I can do down here on Earth where gravity is supposed to be the strongest, and it has no effect on this experiment. But you expect
So
it
why
to
doesn't
be.
your
It's
downward? So why
keeping all
doesn't
the
your
gas
downward bias
way,
have any
way up,
effect?
far away from
Why
gravity
doesn't
of
your
the Earth, and
downward
this
bias
Earth thing
have
into the vacuum.
any effect on it then?
It does.
What's the difference?
Because it's very
You've got a
minuscule. It
downward
doesn't have-
bias.
It doesn't have that much effect that you guys claim.
You've got a
gravity
downward bias, like
has.
9.8 meters per second acceleration, right?
Yeah, it's
Measured.
just caused by something else. Like,
Yes. So there's something
many
else.
different
There's
theories
something
people
else.
use.
Why isn't there something else affecting your experiment?
because it's very, very weak
It's the
overall,
same.
and it wouldn't have.
So's gravity.
What do you mean it's
Very,
the same?
very weak.
What do you mean it's? Okay, so why isn't gravity affecting yours? What's the answer?
Well, you're the one arguing against it. You're the one telling me you've got an
I'm the one
experiment.
debunking
No, you're
your
no,
idea that
no.
gravity's so strong.
So
it would
let me
keep the
let me
atmosphere at the
recap
top.
what you've just done. You've just said that there is a downward bias. You've then said you've got an experiment that debunks a downward bias.
There's an electric.
So why
downward
doesn't
bias.
it
There's an
debunk your
electric
downward
on the
bias?
Earth that goes down.
No, yes, okay. So another witticism. That electric current that is in the earth.
That's real and measurable.
Yes, and you know how much that measures?
Yeah, it's not much. It's very weak, like I just said.
Yeah, very, very weak. 10
Yeah,
to the
but-
negative 12 amperes per meter squared. You couldn't even light an LED light bulb.
Yeah,
And I
yeah, and
did
it
the
wouldn't,
math.
and it wouldn't
If
have
you
any
start-
effect on the
if
gas
you
system
start-
and the experiment.
if
I'm
you
talking
start-
about.
If you start with F equals ma and you substitute for Coulomb's law, it would take a cubic meter of lead 5.5 days to fall 1 kilometer. So try again.
What do you mean try again, bro? Is that really all you got? Like, we've already established, right, that your
Well, hang
theory
on,
of
hang on.
gravity,
Take a second.
that it is...
Wait. Oh, this is really important. Super chats, right? So, Nick says, for $5 Canadian, which is about 7p, right? If you're in the ocean, you can see land in any direction. Are you in the center of the ocean? You can't see land in any direction. Sorry. So if you're in the center of the ocean and you can't see land in any direction, does that mean you're in the center of the ocean? He's talking about your
No, it
we're the
doesn't,
center
but
of the
eventually you're going to
universe.
drift by some land and you're going to see that you're not in the center. It's a bad
There's
analogy,
places in the Pacific where you can't see anything
Yeah,
around
but
for
unfortunately, we've had
any
people
distance.
who have like gone around the Pacific and like we've seen the other land masses and we've seen that.
Answer
You
the
wouldn't be in the
don't deflect.
Hang on a
Answer
second.
the
I'll do
question.
the super chats and then we'll hold his feet to the fire. I promise. Right. So, still no claim gladiator, just a different nutter. That comes from Dan. And Frederick for the Swedish sex. So I've got to do the fox porn whenever
Oh.
I play Swedish sex. Right. So fox sex. It says still no evidence of a flat Earth. After all, the sky doesn't prove the ground. Exactly. That's the claim. Cheers, Frederick. And there's the fox porn. Right. Go on, Max. Take it away.
I gave you the math. Like I did the math, substituting for your electric claim, because this is another witticism. So I tested the claim. I found the citation. First of all, that downward electric current goes up to 50,000 meters, and then it stops. And also, it's way too weak to be gravity, to be a replacement for gravity. So that's why I told you try again.
So we admit there is a downward electric bias, and I also
There is a
said
downward
immediately it was
electric
weak.
current that is not strong enough to be the substitute for gravity that you want it to.
I'm not saying that's the substitute for gravity.
So what is?
I mean, I wouldn't make a claim on what it is, but there's different ideas for what it is.
A flat earther that won't
So
make
the-
a claim.
So the idea that it's like mass attracting mass, like that's ridiculous. And it cannot.
That's proven by the Cavendish experiment, bro.
In the Cavendish experiment, can you completely, isolate all the other variables to make sure it's not
Yes.
like electrostatics, for example?
Yes, you ground the whole apparatus, and
Yeah.
it's been done while it's grounded and also
Yeah.
inside of a vacuum chamber.
Okay. And is
Try
the
again.
actual apparatus itself intrinsically electrostatic?
If you ground it,
Yes.
then no, because it
Say
discharges.
yes. No. Yes. Because all matter
You
is
know nothing about
electrostatic.
electricity. Got it.
Right,
All
hold on,
matter
hold on.
is
I've got another
intrinsically
question for you here from
You can never
Dan,
get rid of it.
unfornicated again. It
That,
says,
that's another witticism.
so for $2,
just fruit.
hold on. So $2, Dan says, where is the container between low and high systems?
Oh yeah, weather systems. You know when the weatherman comes on and tells you there's a low pressure system moving towards, say, Florida, that's a low pressure system next to a high pressure system without a container. Same example as
Within,
Mount Everest.
but within a
You're
container.
crumbling.
They're all within a container, though.
No, but it's low pressure
Yes.
next to high pressure with no container, bro.
No. It's all within a container.
Look, if you're going to continue parroting Witsit, I am Witsit's bane. Like, Witsit
Are you in love
avoids
with
me
it?
like the plague.
It sounds like you love him. Like you really like him, huh?
No, well, he
Yeah.
is my
You keep
spirit
bringing him
animal.
up.
No one likes Witsit as much as
seems
Solly.
like you're quite obsessed
Solly is an absolute fanboy of Witsit. He's like posting all he completely quotes everything
But
he says.
it's always like the people on your side who bring him up, which is quite interesting.
Because
It
you
seems like
morons
he kind
repeat
of
his
lives in your head a
argument.
bit.
Witsit conceded there was a 24-hour sun in Antarctica as well. So.
Well, yeah,
And
he
still
saw it.
claims that the earth is
It's
flat
nothing to
because Witsit is
concede.
dumb as fuck.
Well, what's his argument for why he still maintains his position?
He barely
Because
does.
he thinks that he has. I spoke with him a couple of days ago. He thinks that he has some other globe debunks, but he doesn't.
Yeah, what was he doing? I heard he was around.
Say
What
what it
was
is.
he on Discord, Max?
Yes, on Discord. Oh my god, you have
I
no idea.
heard it. I was there. He owns
Witsit
it.
has.
Oh,
Don't
shit.
lie,
Witsit
'cause I
has.
was there.
Witsit has psychic powers because he has type negative blood and he has intuition, astral projection. He can tell when people are lying by looking at them, and a couple more things. Like it was the derpiest conversation.
That's because
I've ever
he's had
heard.
plenty of practice with the mirror. That's how he's got that lying thing down every time he looks at himself.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, you're full of shit, mate.
Mhm.
Weren't you just like crying in the chat because he wouldn't like?
Me, I wasn't there.
No, I'm talking about Max.
Oh.
I was there.
Oh, yeah, because Witsit heard me, and as soon as he heard me do
No, you
one
started, like,
question, he muted me like a fucking pussy.
Interrupting. You just started interrupting like you always do, and you started
I
getting
just
really
don't let
emotional.
him waffle. I just don't let him waffle.
I only
But
heard
I
like
went
30
on.
minutes of it,
I,
but I wish I could go back. and
one
watch
year
it. It
ago,
was
I
funny what
challenged
did
Witsit
there.
to a debate by sending him a super chat on his channel, and he still refuses to debate me because he knows I
I wonder
destroy
why.
him every time. Every
But I've-
time he goes up against me, he gets destroyed.
Really? Like, bro, I've
Yeah.
heard you go up against him. Like, it's bad.
Yes, and I always go up
It's pretty
against him
bad.
with his white knights and all the snowflakes, and I keep getting muted because everyone needs to cuddle that motherfucker. And
No.
even when I'm permanently muted by his buddy moderators, I still destroy him.
Right. That sounds to me like someone living out like a parasocial fantasy with a guy.
I
that
don't
they
know,
claim that they hate,
Witsit
but they
I
actually
mean,
needs to
there's
explain-
a video on my channel of me destroying Witsit completely.
For Witsit to have any credibility again, he needs to explain his observations in Antarctica. Until he can do that, I don't take
Yeah.
anything he says seriously.
But what was the observation? That he saw a 24-hour sun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And there's
saw-
an
he
explanation
saw
on
the
the globe
sun.
model. Okay.
Yeah, the
He saw the
explanation.
sun setting the wrong way in the south.
Yeah, exactly.
He saw
Everything
the
was
24-hour
inverted.
sun circling the wrong way also.
So the
yeah,
sun's
he
south
needs
of him,
to
even
explain.
from Punta Arenas. The sun was south of him, which wouldn't be on the flat Earth model, any flat Earth model I've ever seen. The sun would always be north of you from that position.
They
But do you understand the
recorded star
position that-
trails.
There's other stuff that we've already seen that's an issue for us. We can't just like look past it because there's one explanation which does make sense on the globe, but doesn't really make sense.
No, there is no
on the
explanation.
Earth.
There is no explanation whatsoever. He saw the South Celestial Pole. They measure lines of longitude converging. In overall, during DFE, they did 12 experiments and measurements. Everything points to the globe. No, Flat Earth didn't make one prediction that came through. Not one. Zero. Zilch. Nada.
Yeah, it wasn't just they done about 15 tests down there when they were there. It wasn't just the sun; they did loads. And Whitsitt was there; he could have stood there and refuted any of them and did nothing.
No
Yeah,
explanation either.
Yeah, not everything can be explained. I mean, that's
No, it
the
can't.
general stance of most people on this side. is
Well,
that
I'm
not
gonna do you.
everything
I'm
can be
gonna do you.
explained.
I know you love this. I'm gonna do you a big favour, Gladiator. So you've got to give your best flat evidence. You've got 1 minute and spooky music.
Everything we see is flat. So there you go.
That's it.
Well, I mean, if there's a claim that it's curving and we can't see that, that's an issue.
We can measure it.
You've still got 40 seconds.
Okay. So when we go and measure the Earth, what's a good way we do that? How do we measure these?
Get a surveyor.
Reciprocal zenith angles.
Okay. How does this prove curvature?
Because
What
you're
assumptions do you
measuring the
take?
curve.
So you just basically claiming it. Okay.
No, I can show it to you.
You're basically claiming that you can't measure it. Are you trying to make Max say?
No,
like,
I'm saying we do measure it, and we measure it flat.
Are you going along? Are you
No,
going
we
along
don't.
with the Nathan Oakley? You're trying to say that you need a flat surface to measure anything.
No.
Woohoo! Hold on a second. This is really important. We've got 2 super chats and Vicious Cycles back in the house, and he's just given 20 gift memberships. Cheers, Vicious. So we've got Dan here says, here is my container. Oh, sorry, we've already done that one. So Frederick says, for 50 Fox Pawns, he says, still waiting for the evidence. Mr. Microcosm says, for $5, off topic, but if you were circumnavigating Antarctica or perhaps Australia, does the boat persistently steer towards the shore or away from it?
Yeah, you curve.
Yeah. So what you're
around the
saying is,
landmass.
yeah, if you're going around Antarctica, which
Navigational corrections.
but which we believe you'd be turning towards it all the time. On the Flat Earth model, you'd have to be turning away from it all of the time to circumnavigate.
would.
Yes, you would. Of course, you would.
would.
What are you
What would
talking
it look like on the flat Earth? With me turning away from it. You'd still be following
Yes.
it round.
Yeah, but you'd be turning away from it. You'd be constantly turning away from it. If it was here, you'd be turning into it, right? To continue to circumnavigate. But there, you've got to turn away from it to continue to
Okay, but
circumnavigate.
then you'd have to put up the actual navigation charts. That's the
Yeah, which are based on the globe. There's a race. You know that there's a race.
Exactly. There you go. So it's all
You know that there's
Vicious?
a boat.
Good to see you, Vicious. Sorry, go on. Carl.
You know that there's a boat race around Antarctica, right?
Yeah, I heard you people bring that up a lot. I don't believe it.
There's people that go to that race. I mean, I don't believe it doesn't work as an argument.
No,
It's not an argument.
I don't believe that I circumnavigate.
That's the point of the race. If you don't do that, then you don't win.
Mm-hmm. So you need to pull up the actual navigation charts, the actual GPS routes.
Go to Vendy Globe race.
They don't match the globe, buddy.
They do.
The Gladiator, real quick.
What?
How do you square the South Celestial Pole with the flat Earth model? Because in your model, the South Celestial Pole is what? There shouldn't be a South Celestial Pole at all. There shouldn't be another
Well, there isn't.
another
Really.
rotation. Huh?
There is. I live in the south.
Yeah,
There
well-
absolutely is a South Celestial Pole. Stop lying about the south. If you don't know, just say you don't know. You look less stupid when you do that. If you want to track for the next
Are you talking
Bendy Globe race, there's actually a phone app where they keep track of all of the boats.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is in
Base.
2028.
Yeah, it's just all based on assumptions. It's not going to cut it for me. But
No, it's not an argument. So
Well,
let's
it
go back
is.
to the South Celestial Pole that you said you say it doesn't exist. I see it every day. The
Do
Southern
you really
Cross.
think it doesn't exist?
Well, you talk about the star.
The star rotation in
ones.
the sky, yes.
Yeah.
Just like in the
The
north,
northern one.
stars rotate around Polaris counterclockwise. In the south, the stars rotate around the south celestial pole. And there's a fucking amazing thing. When you look at the Southern Cross, the big stick, the one like the main stick, that literally points south.
Mm-hmm. Which star do they all circle?
I'm sorry?
Which star do they all like rotate around in the south?
Sigma Octantis. You can't see it with the naked eye, but you can see it with a cheap telescope.
And the next closest one, I think, is the Southern Cross that they use.
That is Sigma Octantis.
Yeah.
Okay. There's just two magnetic poles on the Earth. There's 2 points of rotation on the Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that work on
Assume
a
that's-
flat Earth? They rotate in different directions.
Well, you then have to
The star
assume that we're
rotations
not
are in different
everyone
directions. How does
sees
that
an apparent
work?
rotation based on where they are.
Yeah.
Same with
That
the
doesn't
sun
work
and
on a
the
flat
moon,
Earth.
right?
Why, Gladiator, why would the creator make the sky like that? Does he enjoy fooling people into making them think it's a globe?
But the sky doesn't make you think it's
Of course it does.
Oh, it does. It absolutely does. Yeah.
That's
No,
why
it
we're
doesn't.
asking you, like, how do you make that work on a flat Earth? Why do you think we're asking you that? Because, like, it has to. You have to try and make it work because that's what people see in reality.
So you're saying because we look up at the sky, that proves the ground. That's
Oh my
that's
god, dude!
illogical.
You realize if you're on a flat surface and if you're on like a basketball or a table, you would see something different when you look up. You realize that, right? Especially if they're moving or like the ball's moving. You do realize that, right?
You do realize
Not realize
if
that?
if
You'd
the
have to be
ground was
incredibly
level
dense
and
to not know that.
stationary, we'd still see all the same stuff. Like
Sorry, say that again. I missed it.
if the ground was level and stationary, we'd see all the same stuff. You're just explaining it a different way, and in fact, the stuff that we
What do you
see-
mean we would see all the same stuff? What do you mean? Can you clarify what you mean?
So for example, we looked out into space like 100 years ago, and we made some observations which showed us that everything's like
Yeah,
why
before
the
CGI was
galaxies
a
are
thing, by the
warped.
way.
They're going around us, right? So if we're looking at
Yeah.
something go around
We looked
us,
really close at all these luminaries and saw
Yeah,
that
yeah.
some of them are planets and they
yeah,
have
and they all
details,
go
and
around
they're not
us
luminaries.
in a cycle. And I'm saying that's what they do. You're saying it's the opposite.
No.
Yes, you're saying that no, it's actually us moving. So like we see
It
the
seems like
sun
you don't
go
know what
over
I'm
us
saying,
every day.
because what I was talking about was the South Celestial Pole
Yeah,
and the rotation of the stars that flat
so-
Earth can't account for.
Yeah,
and you
yeah, yeah,
still
and
haven't
Cass-
explained it. You
okay.
just said when you look in the sky, you should see the same
hey,
thing.
bro, wait.
He
Cass
won't
then
explain.
said that we saw. Like why is you said like why is the creator deceiving us and making it just seem like it's all this, or
Yeah.
like it's all an illusion?
Yeah.
Well, I was pointing out how ironic that is, considering the fact that when we look out into space and we see everything moving around us, it's your model that says no, that's an illusion. We're the ones moving. When we see the sun move over and around us, no, the sun's actually still compared to us and we're moving around it. So you're making the opposite claim to direct reality. So I find that quite funny that you'd say,
Oh, really?
oh, because we can't
Well, the stars
explain
do move.
the
exactly
sun
how the
maintaining
sky
the same
works.
angular size and
It's, you know,
setting,
it's
you
like a
think works
popular
for you?
meme, like in
You
this,
know-
it's like a meme, like when you guys say,
Right.
"Oh, what, you can't explain the universe? Well, then checkmate." Like, bro,
I
no, I
didn't,
can't explain the whole
I didn't
universe.
tell you to explain the universe. I said you to
Well, you
explain
did because you're saying
no, I
like,
didn't.
why
No, I
did the
didn't.
creator make it like
Why-
this? You said
Why would
did
the creator?
make it like
So
this?
if you do you think that the creator created the sky in the way that it moves?
Yeah, I think he designed. it
Okay.
this way.
Right. So why wouldn't he just have a point of rotation in the center that all of the stars go around, and when you get to the outer edge, the
Why
stars
not?
just go sideways like this and continue
why
to go
not?
around? Why would he
why
create
would-
some weird head
Why is he
fuckery
on
that
the
makes it
end
appear
of-
that there is a
Okay.
other point of rotation the other
Okay,
side?
so then I'd ask you to keep that
Exactly.
same energy when I say, why would he make it appear that everything goes around us, even though you're saying no, we're not
No.
in the center of the universe. We're actually
can you
tucked
just,
away in
like,
a
answer
small
his question,
Yeah,
insignificant-
though?
everything we can. What I'm saying, you can observe yourself, right? So that's what the difference is here. So if
we can observe the
if
stars
God
go
if
around
God
us.
wants us to know where we live and he's trying to tell us it's flat, why is he doing everything he possibly
Who said
can
he's
to make it
trying
look like
to
a
tell
globe?
us it's flat? Who said he's trying to tell us it's flat?
Well, you claim that he's made the sky do what it does, right?
I said he designed.
So he
this
wants us to
place.
think it's a globe, does he?
No, I don't think.
What
So he's trying to
pencil
tell
did
us
he
it's
use?
flat, then, is he?
Anything. That's why we have free will. I think he gave us free will so we could think what we want, and then that leads us
But
to
why
people
wouldn't
believing things that aren't true.
why wouldn't he just give us the clue that we need? Like he didn't
Well,
have
I mean,
to.
like-
He didn't have to create another point
Yeah,
of
the
rotation in
clue
the
is-
south, did he? He
the,
could have
the-
just.
the clue is that we look out and we make observations that show us
Yeah.
we're in the
What about
center
this
of the universe.
observation? What about
And
this
your model
What do you
does
think the
everything
reason
it
is?
can to say
Like,
the opposite.
here's the key thing that you keep missing.
you guys
Gladiator.
address that
people,
point
people
at
see
all?
it in reality, and it has a reason
You haven't
for
addressed
existing.
anything
The
yet.
South Celestial Pole and the rotation
Oh my
associated
God.
with it, the star rotation, it exists for a reason. People see it in southern hemisphere.
Okay.
It has a reason. We understand the reason to be because it's a globe. What is
Okay.
your reason for it existing? Because it clearly
sort of
exists.
dome
People
optics,
all over the southern hemisphere
an
agree
apparent,
that it's
we see
real.
through an azimuthal grid of vision, so everyone has an apparent observed
Okay, well,
view
can
of
you
the
explain
heavens
that in the
around us.
layman's terms? Because
Yeah, we all
What the
see
fuck
in
are you
our
talking about?
own little like dome of vision, right? And we all have an
we have a
apparent
dome
view
above us.
of the things we see in the sky. So even in your model, your own model
Above
says
each
that like
person,
the
there's a
sun.
dome.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, can you explain whilst I interject and laugh? Like, you see how silly you are? So we all see
I'm muted.
an
I just muted
apparent
myself.
view. Yeah, okay. We see the things in the sky in an apparent position according to us where we are. That's a possible explanation for it. Or there's some sort of dome optics could explain the 24-hour sun, for example. And people have done
Have they?
like
Please tell
tests
me.
that like show this sort of optic where at the other side of the
Absolute
like
rubbish.
some sort of
Please,
dome, there's like a mini sun
kaleidoscope.
going around. So
You think
you know,
a
if you assume
kaleidoscope?
that there's a different type
So
of
in order-
medium 'cause you
in
think
order
the
for-
sun's in a vacuum, like no. They
So
could
in
be in a
order for
different medium.
you to square it with the flat Earth, you have to go full blown psychosis.
Okay,
to
so
explain it.
then, okay, so that's what you say, right? But then I go, okay, so when we look at the universe and the universe appears to be rotating around us, you have to go full blown wacko. No, we're not. What we actually see isn't what's actually happening, and like we're actually in a
Right.
tiny little tucked away position in the universe, even though
Yeah,
all
yeah.
observations show we're in the
And
direct
I'm not wearing a
center of the
helmet.
universe.
I know that. I'm not wearing a special dome helmet that you think I
Okay,
am.
so can you address the point that all of our observations actually lead to a geocentric view?
Oh, do they?
But you
What-
have to
what,
claim.
the southern point of rotation is one of those evidences, is it?
Well, that's to do with the shape of the Earth. That's got nothing to do with
Yes,
like
sphere.
it could be a geocentric globe.
This chat, believe it or not, this means I'm talking about the shape of the Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. And a big component of the Earth. So you know that like for it to like you can't have one without the other, you know. Like a big part of like the Earth moving, like it requires it to be a globe. Like, you can't just like pick and choose. It's a claim. There's a claim that the Earth is a shape that moves throughout the universe.
Cool. All right, Kota, what
So,
did
like,
you want to say? Kota, by the
ridiculous.
way, I'm still waiting for my video from you.
I know. I've been busy. I'm sorry.
I want Vlad.
I'll,
I want Vlad.
I'll,
He's
I'll share
hilarious
it.
to
He
me.
was very inconsequential on the live, though.
Yeah, I know, but he's funny on YouTube. I like taking the piss
Okay.
out of him. Right. What do you want to say?
I don't know. I was just kind of here. I had something in mind, and you asked me, and I forgot it. So
What happens? Maybe it'll come back to you.
So
yeah, give me a sec.
do you not think it's strange that when we make these observations in the sky, they lead us to one thing, but your paradigm says it's an illusion? But then if I give you a possible explanation for how a 24-hour sun works on a flat Earth, you go and I give you an explanation, you're like, prove it, like how do you prove that crazy claim? Like you don't prove your crazy claim. So Why can't you hold the same standard?
Did you
of
give an
evidence?
explanation for how the 24/hour sun works on a flat Earth?
Or the South Celestial rotation.
Yeah,
like
like some
Did you
sort
give
of
an explanation for
dome
that, Gladiator?
reflection optics if the sun's in a different medium, like some sort of
he said,
That's
some
not an
Azimuth-
explanation.
azimuthal.
crystalline medium. Like you can do replications where there's
where's the
a
actual
reflection
sun?
of a sun.
Right, so you're saying
Well,
it's
you
a
know, I don't
reflection.
know.
So where did the actual
It's a-
sun go? Were there two suns in the sky at one point and
No,
one
I'm
was
saying,
reflecting?
I'm saying every sun we all see is an apparent position.
Yeah, everything you
So
see is
who
an apparent
knows where
position.
So who knows where the actual sun is?
My hand at the moment is in an apparent position. It is. That's just a fact.
Yeah, but you're not like seeing your hand like 5 miles away.
No, but I would if it was 5 miles away.
Okay, but even in your paradigm, they say that the sun that we see isn't where the sun actually like is. It's like, the light.
You're talking about
that's how the long
sunsets.
travel.
Whenever the sun's setting.
But I'll tell you one thing. My paradigm, as you keep saying, does say it doesn't say that the sun's apparent position makes the sun apparently revolve in a different direction in the south.
Say that,
But yet it fucking does.
Well, I didn't say that. I'm saying a possible explanation is if the sun is within a different medium.
What makes the
and you're
sun
not assuming
set?
it's in an empty vacuum.
What makes the sun
You can
set?
get different types of like
Yeah, but
light
how-
refraction optics.
How
Okay.
does that explain the sun not setting for 24 hours? I don't understand.
It doesn't.
It's like
He knows it doesn't.
Okay, because again, there have been experiments where you have a light source, you revolve it around like a dome or something with a different sort of medium, and you can see a little reflection of like a sun way off towards the side of the dome, like a second sun.
right. In
Like
order
there's
for
another
that
one.
explanation to be
Things.
any
And it's just doing a
anything
little circle
valid,
there.
you would have to actually go out and prove the variables that you take into account. In
Yeah,
that
but you don't have to
explanation.
do that. That's the issue. Like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah, because there's tons of proof, and we like
But there isn't.
globe
There isn't,
earthers
bro.
tend to go really far into the details with a lot of this shit.
No, they
Like,
don't.
there's a lot
there's
of
no
proof.
actual proof.
Yes, there is. Just because you don't look or listen doesn't mean that there isn't any proof.
Okay, so what is the exclusive proof that the Earth goes around the sun?
We've been trying to give you it
Like, give me
like
one.
this whole time. We've
Give
been
me one.
like
If you're so confident, you're posturing like there's so many. Give me one.
the South Celestial pole, like the rotation of the
What?
stars, like we've
How's
been
that-
saying. There's one right there.
Nothing to do with the Earth going around the sun.
I took a
So
picture of the
keep on-
sun for
So do you want to go again? Do you want to try again?
Yes, I would.
Yeah. Do you want to have time to Google
Okay.
it?
A sunset. Just look at a
The
sunset.
Just so,
Look at
so
this.
when we
It's a
see
simple
so when we
example.
look
Look at this.
up and we see the
This
sun
appears
move
to
over
be.
top of
This
us,
appears to be
that
very
proves
much.
that we're going
This
around the sun.
appears to be very much
I mean,
looking like a
A lunar
rotating
eclipse.
sun.
How about
doesn't it?
that? A lunar eclipse.
Who said the sun wasn't rotating?
A
I said-
24-hour
Oh, so the
sun.
sun's
What
a
is-
rotating sphere, the
No,
moon's a
no, no, no.
rotating sphere, but we're not a
Polaris.
rotating sphere.
No. I was talking about the Earth orbiting around the sun. Try to keep up, guys. Try to keep up. I know there's a lot of claims that your model makes.
I'm still
how does-
answering what you were
So
saying.
the reason I'm bringing this up, Gladiator, is because you're
Yeah, it's a
talking
red
about.
herring.
No, it's not a red herring. Please
Irrelevant.
let me tell you why I'm bringing it up, rather than telling me why I'm bringing it up. Right. So the sunspots are moving around in this. If this was a reflection off of the dome, which doesn't exist, by the way, because you've never seen it, so therefore, by your logic, it doesn't exist. So basically, these sunspots wouldn't be where they are when everybody around the world was taking pictures of the sun when they were down in Antarctica, so they could all compare where the sunspots were on the sun.
So it
Which
was a
is what they
diversion to a
did.
different topic instead of the one that the guy just asked me and I was rebutting.
We can use the phases of Venus to verify its heliocentrism.
How did the phases of Venus verify that the Earth moves
So,
around?
so on a geocentric model, what would happen is Venus would always be in between the Earth and the Sun, and it should only show crescent or new phases, and it would never fully appear to be
Why?
illuminated. But what we actually observe is that it is between the Earth and the Sun at a crescent. Sometimes it's on the far side of the Sun, which gives it a full phase, which again is the opposite of a new phase. And then apparent size is obviously going to change with its distance. So it does appear fully illuminated sometimes. So those full set of phases match heliocentrism, and it would kind of rule out a traditional
What is-
Ptolemaic model.
What has that got to do with the Earth moving around the Sun, the phases of Venus?
Well, I see
I don't-
everything that
what
gets
do you-
said to you,
what do
you
you
then
kn-
say, "What's that got to
What
do
do
with
you
it?"
Because it's
What do
such
you
a
not
wide
understand
range.
about the phases of Venus mattering about us rotating around the sun?
Why? Everything he says, I'm gonna say why. Because
Yeah.
Why?
that got
What
to
does
do with
that mean? I don't understand.
So you can just
What
admit
do
that
you
you
not
don't know. You're
understand
just basically
about
claiming,
that?
and you can't get into the specifics. That's okay.
You've not answered a single thing yet. Do you
I
realise
just
that?
went
Oh my
into the
God,
specifics
the
by stating what the
projection.
Ptolemaic model would say, what the heliocentric model would say, and what we actually observe. What else do
Okay,
you
so
want?
you're using one model
Kota,
of
I've just
geocentrism.
got to tell Kota this. Kota, you've got a fan club in my YouTube chat and on this and the chat in here.
Oh, hello, YouTube chat.
Yeah. Everybody's going, Kota rocks.
Yay.
Kota's the
Yeah,
best.
she's great.
I'm sitting here, by the way. I'm not the best. I'm sitting here doing this. Kota's the best. Cheers, chat.
Maybe
I'll just take the cash.
go through
Kota
that
can have the
again.
compliments. Just give me the money.
Yeah,
I mean, do you want me to go
again.
like okay, so a planet's phase is going to be determined by the direction of the sunlight and the observer's viewing angle. So the illuminated half of Venus always faces the sun. What we see depends on the angle between Venus, Earth, and the sun. That's geometry. Cool.
That's why a lot of the
So
time
in the
so-
Ptolemaic
okay,
model,
so you're
in the
assuming
Ptolemaic
it's the
Ptolemaic
reflection of its
model,
own light.
the Earth is at
Yeah.
the center and the sun orbits the Earth. Venus moves on an epicycle. Now, the crucial part of this is on a Ptolemaic model, and you can't say that I'm only using one because I'm literally using the other one. Venus is always between the Earth and the sun. So geometrically, it would be Earth, then Venus, then the sun, which means that we would always see the dark side. Venus would only appear as a crescent or nu, and it would never be fully illuminated. But Galileo observed a crescent, quarter, gibbous, and nearly full phase. When Venus is crescent, it appears larger, and when it's gibbous and or full, it appears smaller. That only works on a heliocentric model. So that's his observations, which you can observe yourself if you have a telescope, and it matches the heliocentric model. Because the sun is sometimes, or Venus is sometimes between the Earth and the sun, which would be a crescent. Sometimes it's to the side of the sun, which would be a quarter, and sometimes it's on the far side of the sun, so it'll be full and or gibbous.
So you're assuming that the Venus.
No
is
one's assuming
reflecting the
anything.
Oh my
This is
God.
reported by Galileo, and you can do your own
Yeah.
research on that.
It's based
I
upon
can't.
the
I can lead you to
assumption
water, but I can't make
that-
you drink. I'm sorry.
Based on the assumption that like
Yeah,
the
we
planets
can't
and stuff
understand
see
it
in the
for you.
sky
Kota, just click the pen and it's done.
That's what you're making
Hold
this
on.
whole entire claim on. Is based on a presupposed assumption that you can't verify.
There's no presupposition. So again, I'll lead you through it to avoid.
The idea
I'll lead
that
you through it to
Venus is
clarify the
reflecting the
presupposition.
sun's
Before
light.
you
So
do,
we-
before
so
you
we
do,
go on-
hang on, Kota. Before you do, I've got a message here for you from Orion Cooper for $5. Says, tell Kota that Gladiator is not smart enough to think in 3D, which is why he doesn't understand the Venus phases evidence.
Yeah. Well, so I'll walk you through it so we're not avoiding any presupposition. So we start with an observation, right? So we'll say, we observe the sun or that Venus at a quarter, crescent, and gibbous and full phase. We observe Venus to do such. We make no assumptions, no presuppositions about the shape of the Earth and or what model it follows. And then we say, okay, well, Ptolemy, he proposes one model, right? Which would be standard like as a geocentric model, right? Where the sun orbits around us. Now, we know that there's another model, heliocentrism, and we compare the two models. So there's quite literally no presuppositions happening. You start with an observation,
You're not
and then you
aware of what
go.
presupposition I was alluding to because you kept.
Okay, what
interjecting
presupposition is
interrupting.
there?
That we are seeing Venus reflect the light from the sun. That's what you're assuming. Instead of what if the Venus would just
You're
its
saying
own
Venus
light source
doesn't
that
reflect the light
phases?
from the sun?
Yes. Yeah. I don't think any.
And how do you know
astronomical
that?
Bodies. No, I'm rejecting that claim.
Okay, and what?
You
But
can't prove that.
you're rejecting it. So that's just a nut. Give me a
Gladiator,
reason.
do you
for-
think the moon reflects the light from the sun?
No, I don't think.
So
that's how it
why
works.
is the
Give me a
why is
reason
the
for your
side
nut,
why is the side of the moon that's always visible always facing to where the sun is in the sky 100% of the time, all of the time?
Why why is it a coincidence that we only see one side?
That's a coincidence.
What are you
to
asking?
is
What
it?
are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm saying the
So if it
sun's
doesn't,
lighting up the
if-
moon.
wait, if it doesn't reflect light, then how are there phases? Please explain that to me. What's causing those phases if it's not reflecting light? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's obviously some sort of light source.
Just switch off
You're
of
really
it off.
quiet.
If you step into my worldview for a second,
I wonder what the light source could be. Let's look in the sky.
We won't fully turn the moon on tonight, just have half. Energy saving tonight. Global warming, all that. Turn it off. We'll just have a quarter of it on.
Yeah, maybe the creator made a clock for us. I don't know.
So it's a big
So
source
tell
of
me
light that
what.
we've never
Tell me
seen
what's
in the sky.
creating.
Yeah,
Tell me
if
what's
you
creating
step
that.
so step into my worldview that this place was created and designed. Are you saying that creator wouldn't be able to make some sort of thing in the sky do that? Is that what you're saying?
No.
And are you
So
saying
again,
if I can't
so-
explain
so-
the mechanics?
Well, hold
behind
on,
how
because you
the
didn't even
Gladiator, what's
you
going
didn't
on?
even say
universe
step
made
into my
everything,
worldview.
then-
You just
where is
asked
this-
me a question.
Where's all this blowy shit? Have you started playing with yourself, Gladiator? I don't know what suddenly there's.
Yeah,
some...
I'm outside at the moment.
All right.
So I won't be able to be on too
I
much.
thought you was bashing one out for a minute. I don't know what I was doing there.
No,
carry
it's
on.
disgusting. But what I am doing is I'm
You're the one doing it.
highlighting how you cannot you're basically saying I need to explain how the universe works.
No, so I'm not. So I'll ask you again. So I don't care how the universe works. I'm proposing a model. You're saying nuh-uh, but then you're saying, well, you're presupposing that Venus reflects light. So then I'm saying, okay, that's a pretty valid presupposition. It's not even a presupposition. It's something that we know to be true because I'm
how do
asking
you
you
know
how
that?
phases work if there's no reflection happening. Because if there's no reflection happening, that either means that light isn't hitting it, right? So there's nothing that could cause reflection, or it's absorbing the light. So you would need to then tell me, and don't teach.
Producing its own light. And it
Oh,
like,
it's so then tell me
cycles.
how something that produces its own. Do we see that the sun has phases?
No, because the sun
Is there like a
completely
crescent
different
sun?
system to what the
No.
moon
So
or
tell me
Venus is.
how
'Cause they're two
without it
different
reflecting
astronomical
light.
bodies.
So tell me
They're
how
two
it
different
producing
astronomical
light would
bodies.
allow it to have phases.
Because it's a machine, like a clock or something. That
Oh.
was made
Right.
by a being that
And
made
how
the
have
whole
you
universe.
verified your assumption that
What are
it's
we
a
talking?
machine?
No, I'm not saying definitive. That's
I ain't
what it
gonna
is. I said that's what
manipulate
it
it.
could be, and I'm saying there's just about as much
So
evidence for
you're
that
not okay
as-
with the presupposition that Venus reflects light from the sun,
The
but you're
problem
okay with the
is-
presupposition that it's
Okay.
a machine. That doesn't make any
Here's the
sense.
problem, right? Is there
It's,
are experiments where you can demonstrate how a ball casts shadows or reflects light, right? And it doesn't look like these observations. There are localized hotspots when balls or spheres to be specific, reflects light. There's localized hotspots. It's not like one whole half of it, a perfect half, cut in half of it is a shadow and one half. Like, think about it for a second.
So we
Is
can
that what it would look
recreate
like
the
if
phases
light
of
was
the
reflecting
moon,
off a sphere?
like
No.
in a dark.
You can recreate
basement.
the phase. Yeah, I'm gonna pull up a YouTube video for you.
Yeah, you can recreate the phases.
Well,
with
he's pre-dismissing it.
Yeah, but you can't tell me that.
No, I'm giving
Pre-firing.
I'm
Chat,
giving
he's
an
pre-firing
alternative.
it.
I'm giving an alternative example of how you could recreate the phases.
You're not giving any examples. You're
Right.
giving more presuppositions to verify your worldview, but you're not giving any examples. I'm gonna show you a video, okay, and we're gonna see. Actually, let me go back. I've already watched it. I've already pre-fired this video. Hold on. So we can see. Oops. Let me play. Sun, moon,
Yeah.
you, cool, great. So we're gonna move this around that. We're gonna move this around that light source.
That's
We're
not
gonna move it
93
around
million miles away.
We're gonna
is it?
move it
Freddie,
around
stop
that light
panicking.
source.
What are you
Okay.
talking about? You don't
We're
understand
moving it-
scale.
We're moving it around the light source.
How
Yeah,
many,
inverse
how many
square
degrees?
law.
How many degrees is that away, Freddie?
Degrees come from angles from
How
a
many
fucking
degrees?
protractor
How many
using a
degrees
flat
is the sun
baseline.
away from us?
Yeah, you're gonna need a flat baseline for a degree.
Ready? Okay, so you can see that this is a crescent
Yeah.
moon. Okay, this is the first quarter. This is your
Wow.
gibbous, and this is
Yeah,
your
look at
full. Wow.
Now show that. Now show that 93 million miles away.
Science, I wasn't
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
Like, let's just
Well,
have a
you
normal.
defined it.
Let's have a
Really?
normal
I
conversation.
thought you were
Freddie,
after
hold,
that
hold
point.
on a second. So, all right. So I'm curious to ask Freddie why he thinks that the moon is.
Inverse square law.
Oh, trippy.
So, do you think that Venus reflects light, Freddie?
I say that we shouldn't see Venus the way that it's modeled.
So do you think that it reflects light?
How do we see Venus if it's modeled the
You're
way
never
that it
gonna
is?
Do you think it reflects
Freddie.
light?
Do I think it? I could give two shits what it does. It's a light in the
Yes or
sky.
no, then, if you don't
It's
care.
a yes or no.
It's a light in the sky. Who says it's
Do you
reflecting
think it
from the
produces
sun?
its own light, or
So
do
you
you
say
think
it's
it
not, then?
reflects its own
I
light?
think that the way that it's
No,
modeled on the
it's been
ecliptic
intellectually
plane,
honest.
Freddie,
that we
you
should
say-
never
Freddie-
fucking see it.
Freddie, you seem to have the bass back in your voice. What happened?
What the bass back?
Yeah, the bass
What are you
is back
talking
in your voice. The other day you sounded like a bit of a bitch, to be honest, when you was talking to me.
A bitch?
Yeah,
Oh, you mean when I had my headphones on and I was talking in the car?
yeah, when you sounded like a bitch. Yeah, then.
Oh yeah, like I was trying to talk easy for you. Is that better? Is that better for you? Do you like when I talk to you like that?
That's much
He's a
better.
troll, I'm telling you.
I'm gonna
A
start.
troll.
I'm gonna
The
start.
troll is the guy who still can't bring me a hypothesis for gravity. Thank you.
Okay,
do
so
you know
back
where the
to
South Pole is yet,
Venus.
Freddie?
Yeah, back to the lie. Go ahead.
So Venus, again, Gladiator is saying that it's a machine and it produces its own light.
Well, it's obviously on some kind of pattern.
Nice. So do you think it produces
Yeah.
its own light?
Well, I believe it's doing something. I never went there to establish such
Exactly. How could we
such a
know?
claim.
Cool. So
To give it the
Gladiator,
point of yes or no
you
answer,
can't
You know what
say
I
yeah
can
intellectually
exactly.
dishonest.
Yeah, you know what I
Gladiator,
can
you
establish
can't-
is the inverse
Gladiator,
square law.
You can't,
the
Gladiator. You
inverse square
can't
law.
say exactly
Yeah,
when
I
you were the
got it.
one that made a
Freddie,
claim.
shut the fuck up.
Freddie,
I
why
did
do
make
you
the
not-
claim. Inverse square law.
Freddie, not letting
I didn't
people speak
definitively
doesn't
say
win the
if
argument.
it was or wasn't what's going on. So nice try, Kota. All you have is tactics.
We have his
No
tactics.
one's doing tactics. Again, you made a claim. I asked you a really basic question because you said that Venus doesn't reflect light, and I asked you a really easy question, which is how does it produce its own phases then? And you
How
couldn't
do we
answer
see
it.
Venus?
So that's
How do we see
okay.
Well, I
Venus?
did because I gave a claim of what it could be, and then you just
And you said it's a
strawmanned it.
machine. You said it's a
I said it could
machine.
be. I said it
How do
could
we
be.
see Venus?
Okay, so that's a proposition. You have no thing to back up that proposition. You just
And you
have
gave
nothing
a
to back
simple.
Do we
up
see
it.
Well,
do we see
I'm
Venus in the
rejecting what you
daylight?
say. You said I'm rejecting what you say, so
Do-
I'm just gonna
do you
propose
see-
something and whip it out of my ass. That's what you
Well,
did.
do you see Venus in the daylight? Or do you see
Freddie-
it at nighttime? Do you see
Freddie-
Venus at
Yeah,
nighttime?
during
Because
the
when we're
sunrise and
when we're at
sunset.
nighttime, we're facing the opposite direction of Venus. So how do we see
Freddie,
it at
whenever
night?
you ask a question, try listening after.
Oh,
so people
listening.
can answer.
So
Okay?
at nighttime, when we're facing away from Venus, that's when we see it. Yeah, that makes sense.
we see it at sunrise and at
Oh,
sunset.
sunrise. Oh,
sunset.
okay.
Okay,
So
can I give like an actual
okay.
scientific?
So when the sun,
can I
when sunlight is
ask
so bright, we
Gladiator
can't see it.
something? Can I like ask
Yeah.
Gladiator something?
Yeah, shut up, Freddie.
Okay, you know what spectroscopy is, Gladiator?
It's in a container. It needs a container.
Gladiator, do you know what spectroscopy is?
Loosely.
Okay, so when we measure and we split Venus's light into wavelengths, you can see that it has the same spectral lines as the sun, and I can show you this. Like I have a graph up, but the chemicals are present in clouds. So
A flat graph, right?
absorption features are going to show that there's sulfuric acid droplets and a carbon dioxide atmosphere. We know that Venus is reflecting sunlight because of that. It's not generating it because, again, it has the same spectral lines as the sun.
Well,
That's
what
getting
about
into a
inverse
really
square law?
scientific definition of that. Cool.
What about inverse
Science with
square
Freddie,
law?
I wasn't talking to you, and the inverse square law has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm talking about. So
Well,
impulse
no,
control, just wait and let Gladiator answer my question, and then we can go all into the inverse square law just for you.
Okay, so you're assuming the medium. I'm guessing that this light's coming.
No
from
one's
that.
assuming anything. I didn't say anything about the medium. I just said from what we
Well,
observe
there's-
with
Then you're not doing
reflected sunlight,
spectroscopy, right? Are you? Because of course you
there's
have to assume
spectral
the medium and
lines
see the
at
light come through.
there's
So,
spectral lines
nothing
that
about
are the
this.
same
As per
thing as
usual.
what the sun's spectral lines are. Not says nothing about a medium.
Yeah.
You can
different
keep
elements
trying
will
to
have different
invoke-
absorption
Keep
levels.
repeating your
And
scripts.
Right.
I'm
we
sure
can
you
read
can
that.
keep your ball.
Huh? Was that some
you
another comment that
assume
didn't answer my
it's a
question?
vacuum.
Freddie's off to Google.
You assume
But
it's coming from
no
a
one
vacuum.
said anything about a vacuum. So I'll repeat what I
Yeah,
said. So
spectroscopy though.
with
No, no, no. Go
spectroscopy,
through.
we can split Venus's light into wavelengths. And this will tell us Freddie.
What are you doing, Freddie?
He's recording.
Okay, cool. That's fine. So again, with spectroscopy, we can split Venus's light into wavelengths, and that's going to tell us that it is reflected sunlight because it has the same spectral lines as the sun, and these chemicals are present in clouds. So then we can look at absorption features, right? And we can confirm that Venus is reflecting sunlight. There's different ways to measure that.
Or Venus could be just producing the same things that you just said.
But it can't. You can't give me any mechanism as to how it would produce visible light. Go ahead, give me
Same
some. Give me any
that the sun
mechanism.
has. Whatever mechanism.
Okay, and
the
what
sun
mechanism
doesn't
does the sun have?
I don't know
A
enough
star
about-
in a
I don't know any
jar.
of the
Fusion?
terms. I don't know.
What
A star in a jar.
What type
Yeah,
of mechanism?
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
sonoluminescence, because there's a lot of issues
Sono-
with sonoluminescence.
Could be
Oh,
many
really?
different ways.
Yeah.
So why does NASA say that
So
the
no,
universe
I never
is
said
water?
I never said that. I never said it doesn't happen. I
Oh,
just said there's a lot
okay.
of issues with
Sure.
it. When looking at the
issues,
comp, do you know what Venus is composed of?
Let me guess.
Do you know what star in a jar? What's the first word of star in a jar?
I would say
Is it
light.
Star is perhaps the first word of
Venus is a
star in a
wandering
jar
star.
would be the word
wandering
star,
star.
Freddie. And when we say star, we're not talking about a planet. We're talking about stars, which have different compositions. That's okay though, Freddie. So again, Gladiator,
And the
tell me
planets were also known as
why.
wandering stars.
Tell me what mechanism. Tell
you're
me what
talking about-
mechanism Venus would use to then
You're talking about
create
different
visible light.
frequencies. You don't know anything.
I love how
Tell me,
like, I'm going to assess. I'm going to tell everyone exactly what's going on here, right? So Coda's trying to talk to Gladiator. Gladiator doesn't want to answer anything. Every now and then, irrelevant Freddy says
I'm
something.
answering.
Every now and then, irrelevant Freddy says something, and Coda just smacks him in the mouth, and then carries on talking to Gladiator. And Freddy just shuts the fuck up again for another
So
couple of minutes.
Gladiator, tell me what mechanism Venus has.
Sure.
Tell me what mechanism Venus has that creates
You went
visible
to
light.
Venus, so tell us, crazy.
Gladiator, answer my question.
Smack him again. Fuck off, Freddy. Right, carry on.
Gladiator, answer my question. What mechanism does Venus have that would create visible light?
I'd like to know how you went.
You would then have to concede that the sun operates on nuclear fusion, and if you concede that the
observations
sun,
alone are not
science,
testable
not talking to
science.
you. I'm gonna jingle
Oh,
my
I'm
keys
talking
soon.
to you. I'm
I'm
talking
gonna
to you,
jingle my
Coda.
keys too. Cool, that's great,
Well,
fantastic.
good.
I'm so
Wiggle-
glad that
wiggle
you're
your
talking
keys.
to
Maybe
me,
you'll
but I'm
fuck
not
it.
talking
Fuck
to you.
up.
So I'm gonna go
Maybe
ahead
you'll
and
wake
lower
up.
my volume so that I don't hear your voice.
That's why they
Gladiator, answer my
etiquette
question,
science.
please.
Lord.
So, if you say that the Venus produces its own light, you would need to tell me how it does that. And you said it's the same way that the sun produces its own light. Now, the sun produces visible light via fusion.
I think Kota Chick's in love with me. She seems obsessed with me. Huh?
No, I'm just trying to answer a question. I'm just trying to get you to answer a question. So go ahead and answer the question.
Okay, how does it produce its own light? Very easy.
Yeah, what mechanism
Whatever the sun
allows
does.
Venus to produce its own light?
I don't know. I don't go there.
That's great, Freddie. I'm not talking to you. Gladiator.
Yeah, okay.
So you just
Well,
said
I
the
would give
same
a
way that the
similar
sun
answer.
does.
Yeah, I
Tell
give
me
a
how the
similar
sun.
answer. I've
Tell me how
never
the sun
been there.
produces its light.
I'd like to know how you went to
so I wouldn't
manipulate
know.
anything.
Tell me
I've never
tell
been
me
to
how the sun
Venus,
produces its own light.
so I wouldn't be able to know.
With observations alone, that's
Okay.
not science.
So tell me how the sun produces its own light.
I've never been to Venus, so I wouldn't know how it produces
It's
its own
all a
light.
guess. You've
But
never been
Freddy,
there.
you're not the
sun
main
is an
character.
astronomical body that can produce its own
Never
light.
been there.
Then why can't Venus produce its own light under
Okay,
a
so
similar
sun.
or different
The
mechanism?
sun is a star which creates visible light. Visible light is one of the three byproducts of fusion. So visible light is one of the three byproducts of
Telescope.
fusion. Now I hate to break it to you,
So fusion.
but
then, fusion.
Venus doesn't
We can see
operate on
sunspots
fusion.
with a telescope that's 93
No,
million
you can
miles away.
fuck off.
Look at that.
No, you can fuck off. No,
No, you
you can
can.
fuck off.
Okay, that's Nathan Oakley talking to you, Freddy.
Oh, Nathan Oakley loves me.
Gas go down, go boom, boom, my friend.
That's Nathan.
It sure does.
Right, can you stop talking now and let Cotus carry on speaking to Gladiator for a minute?
He's a troller.
Gladiator, are you proud that people like Freddy are on your side?
There's still no hypothesis
It
for
seems
that.
like you guys don't want to engage.
All right, so let's go
With
back
Freddy.
into so
What's your
again.
I
hypothesis?
literally
You haven't-
I've spent
You
hours of my
haven't
life
answered my
talking to this.
question,
man.
Gladiator.
Good, I only have
But
one question.
again, if you would be able to say that Venus produces the same light,
Not
just
even
the
the one
just
question
the just
then,
the
Coda.
logical
Not even
statement.
one question.
Yeah, I'm just like not done. That's okay though, Science. Give me
Yeah,
1
you're
second.
not that good,
Thank you so
Science.
much.
You'd be
So
done by,
You're
by now
welcome.
if you wouldn't stop
I
interrupting.
would be done by
You
now if
stop
you
interrupting.
didn't constantly
You would.
interrupt.
You were done a long time
That's
ago when I
okay
asked
though.
what the
So
hypothesis for
Gladiator,
gravity was.
great, cool.
Dude,
So
I
Gladiator,
can tell you
again,
that.
if you say that Venus produces its own light from the same, sorry, if you're saying that Venus produces its own light as the same mechanism from the sun, then you would be conceding that the sun operates on fusion. Now, that fact alone would mean that the sun can't be within our own atmosphere. But also, if it's operating on fusion, hate to break it to you, but Venus doesn't have the same composition as the sun. So there wouldn't be fusion occurring there. If you want to go into sonoluminescence, I can tell you exactly how that wouldn't explain Venus's brightness. Now, Freddie, I know that you brought up sonoluminescence. Do you want to take a stab and explain how sonoluminescence would allow Venus to burn that bright? I'm sorry, not burn that bright.
Well, I'm just telling you about sonoluminescence, ain't I? You
Great,
said that.
cool.
Yeah. So what is it? Is it a light?
So sonoluminescence happens when a
light?
sound wave passes through a
light?
liquid and it creates a tiny little collapsing bubble, and that bubble
tiny
produces a
collapsing
brief
bubble?
flash
Yeah, well, that's
of
on
light.
a small scale. Well, that's
It
on a small
produces a
scale. Now
brief
think of a big
flash
scale.
of light.
Yeah, now think of a big scale.
Cool.
Yeah,
so
I
tell
am
me
cool.
tell me what liquid. Venus is very bright. Do you know the magnitude of Venus?
It's dark energy.
Do you know the magnitude of
Oh my
Venus?
God,
Dark
dude,
energy
pick a
is
lane.
dark energy
He's
is
one
where
of
you're
the top
getting
Do
your
you know
energy.
the magnitude of Venus?
Dark matter. What's that?
Do you know the magnitude of Venus?
Tell us what it is.
It's around negative 4.7, which corresponds to the
negative
reflected
4.7?
power
How did
on the
you get
order
that?
of 10,
How did you
10
get
to the
that?
17th watts of reflected
Wow.
sunlight.
Okay.
You can
So
measure
how
that.
did you formulate
So
that? How did you formulate that?
sonoluminescence requires
I'm asking you,
microscopic flashes
ma'am,
of tiny
how did you
energy.
Whoa! Hit the brakes! Hit the brakes! How did you formulate that?
What's that?
Okay,
Get what?
crickets. then,
Formulate the
motherfucker.
magnitude or
yeah,
the...
just shut the fuck up. You don't know how it happened. You don't know how you did
Well,
it.
I'm actually
No,
about
you
to
didn't
answer you,
answer.
but you weren't specific.
You didn't
so
fucking answer me,
are
and
you
now it's a
talking
big
about?
whoa, whoa,
Are you
whoa.
talking
Freddie,
about
you've
the
never asked a
magnitude,
question in your
or
life.
are you
What do you
talking
mean,
about
whoa,
the
whoa?
watts of reflected sunlight?
Well, I asked you how you formulated that.
That's why they call him
Yeah,
Freddie.
but I
You
said
sat
two
there, and
values.
you sat there
I
like
said
a fucking quiet
science,
bump on a log.
I said two
Now you're gonna
separate
fucking talk,
values.
just like
like
a woman.
1 second.
Science,
She's
I
trying
said
to talk.
Just
two
taking in what
separate
you said.
values. So me ask you which value you want to know how me got. That's what me ask you. Me ask you,
Well,
what value do you want to know how to formulate?
What you just gave us, negative
Okay,
4.7.
yeah, I gave you two values, my friend.
Yeah, and I said negative 4.7. Is that 2 or is that 1?
Okay. So negative 4.7, we can determine that magnitude from various different ways, okay? So we can take the sun's luminosity, we can take the intensity
doesn't
at a
have
difference.
But what's this going
Like
on?
you're just reading a script. Like, you didn't
No,
know.
it's called
Reading a
intelligence, it's called knowing things, but that's okay. So
Yeah,
No, you're reading a
Yeah,
script.
you
no,
can
we
then
want to know
take
how you formulated
Venus
the 4.7.
and how it
The negative
orbits.
4.7. How'd you get
Great, yeah, I'm trying to actively
great.
describe that to you right now.
Do you really want to know or not? Because you're not letting her tell you.
Okay.
Who's saying okay? Is that you, Freddie? Is that
it? No, it's Coda.
So are
Freddie,
you
you're
saying,
being quite the
if
cunt.
she's reading
Notice-
something, that
notice
means
that.
the Earth is flat?
Freddie, you've just won
Are you
cunt
saying-
of the week for doing that.
Like, if she's
Oh,
reading
great,
something,
thank
does
you.
that mean the Earth is flat?
Cunt of the week,
Does that mean the
Freddie.
Earth is flat? I'm telling you. Honestly, you might just boot him, honestly. Just because he's a troll, you might get somewhere with Gladiator.
Troll? Yeah,
Yeah,
what's the
yeah,
hypothesis
you're-
for gravity
100%.
then, sir?
Okay,
Sir,
so
what's
there's
the
no
Freddie,
single
if I go
hypothesis.
through the
go.
math, will you
Instead, it is
understand
Here we
it?
go.
Freddie, you're interested in the
Okay.
answer or not?
thoroughly
I'm
tested
very
theories,
interested.
theory
Shut
and
the fuck up
science,
then.
Hey,
the highest level of understanding,
Yeah.
representing
Answer.
a well-substantiated explanation of some aspect of
Whatever
the
your name
natural
is.
world. You don't want to hear it? Okay.
Who does
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
But I
math
wanna
doesn't explain stuff. You know that.
Math doesn't explain stuff. Yeah,
No.
you might be that might be the dumbest comment I've ever heard, and I'm not
No,
someone to
because
insult.
it doesn't.
So if I
It
have
doesn't.
one
Math
battery
describes,
and
it doesn't
I add
explain.
another battery, does that describe real life?
Math doesn't
Yes.
make
Yes.
stuff
Great.
up.
So that's a really dumb comment from me, but that's okay.
How something
So
works.
Oh, look,
It
Freddie,
describes
for
stuff,
some reason,
but it
Freddie
doesn't
keeps getting
explain it.
muted. I don't know what's going on there.
So like
It's 'cause he's talking
your
bollocks.
inability to grasp the concept that
look, Freddie.
math doesn't equal reality or truth. That's
all right,
not my
so
problem.
that's fine. That's fine, Gladiator. So
Yes,
I'm
it
answering
does.
Freddie's
So
question.
if I
If I
show
go
you
through
an
the math,
equation that
Freddie,
Superman
if
can
I go
fly,
through the
and
math, are
math
you gonna
checks out, it doesn't
understand
mean
it?
Superman can fly. If I can show you an equation where pigs can fly, it doesn't mean that pigs can fly.
Waiting for you.
Freddie's constantly getting muted. I, don't
Waiting
know,
on your
I've got no idea what's going on here. So I've since I've lost control of my fingers.
Go ahead. We're waiting.
Okay, cool. So first off, you are going to start and calculate your flux. I'm going to write that out. So that's
This is not
4
proof of anything.
pi d squared. Great. I'm answering his question now. Now that I'm not talking to you, you seem awful willing to talk to me.
Bigger.
It's a little weird. That's
Oh.
okay though.
See that chicken scratch.
It's okay. Listen, you can
Right,
keep
a
your
little
ball.
bigger.
It's okay.
Right a little.
Shut up.
Put on your glasses, Freddie. Put on your glasses and hearing aids, and maybe you'll be able to read. This is visible for everyone else. So it's okay though.
What are you drawing out?
Good handwriting.
Math. This is called math.
Writing a story.
Math doesn't.
It's called math.
explain.
Gladiator, you didn't
Explain
answer
how
my old
things
question.
work.
Don't try to
I
talk
did.
to me now when you couldn't
Yeah.
answer my other question.
What was my answer? What was my answer?
Wait a second. So this is going to be your flux. This
You
is the
just don't
denominator. Now you're going to divide that. So you would say that P would equal 2.2 times 10 to the 17th divided by 2.0 times 10 to the 22nd. Now, if you do you know how to
Gladiator.
divide things with exponents? Science with Freddie?
Gladiator's lost. Big time.
Do you know how to divide things with exponents, Gladiator, or science?
Oh, Freddie's got. I can't be bothered. I'm sitting here endlessly
Okay.
muting Freddie, and Gladiator's Gladiator desperately wants to be Freddie's friend, so he's doing little
Yeah.
impressions.
So
of Coda.
Gladiator,
He's fun.
if you
To
can
try and be mates
insult,
with
then you
Freddie.
should be able to do basic math. So tell me how I would divide things with exponents.
Yeah, I've got an equation here that shows pigs can fly. So
No, no, no.
pigs can
I'm
fly.
asking you a simple question. You should know how to do math. Is the reason that
No,
is the reason
I'm bad
that
at
you
math. I can't do
discredit is the reason that you discredit math because you don't understand it?
That's why I
Yeah,
discredit.
I'm not very good at it, but I understand the basic application of math and the fact that just because
Okay, cool. So can
something
you just
works
tell me really
mathematically
basically
doesn't
how to
equate
divide these
truth.
two exponents?
You have never once in your life, out of any times I've talked to you, ever let me finish a sentence. So what does that say about you?
But you claim
Okay,
that
I'm
all
letting
the
you
time,
answer my
Fred.
question now. Walk me through how to
You just
divide
divert.
this. Go.
Can you address my point?
Walk me through how to divide these two questions, and then I'll address your
No,
point.
you don't. I just said that I'm not good at math. You'd have to do that for me. I conceded that
cool.
2 minutes ago.
What's your question?
Yeah. Do you understand that math?
That math is not what?
Do you understand that just because I have an equation for how pigs can fly and it mathematically checks out, it doesn't mean that pigs can fly? Do you understand
The
that?
fact that you don't know how ridiculous that sounds kind of says it all.
Yeah, break it down. Break it down how ridiculous that is. Go on.
Okay, so math is not just like numbers floating
Yeah,
in
Cass, you
space,
got
right?
nothing.
We can't just put. I'm trying to explain it. Do you want to listen to my explanation or no? So, like, if I combine 2 apples and I get 3 apples, I get 5 apples. That's not abstract math. That's just like describing a real world pattern, which is what math does. It describes patterns, relationships, consistencies. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Cool.
so if I show
So a
you an
concrete
equation
example
for pigs
would
flying,
be if
and
I
it
took
Go
works,
ahead.
the area
does that
of
mean
a
pigs can
circle.
fly?
Go ahead, show that equation.
So if I took the area of a circle, right, I could apply that to a pizza because pi would be the ratio of circumference to diameter of a flat space.
Fuck you. Now I want a pizza. No, you're still
Well, we can all have a pie of pizza.
Yeah.
So I like to think the way that I explain it to people that don't like math is I think of math like a map. It's not a territory, but if it's drawn correctly, it does match the territory's structure. So the better the map, the better it's going to predict where rivers and mountains are. Does that make sense to you, Gladiator?
He's off messaging with Freddie now. So
No, I just went on ChatGPT and I said, can you make a mathematical equation or formula for how pigs can fly? And like anyone can go do this and it'll do it for you. So my question is now, does that mean pigs can fly, Kota?
So can you show me the math?
It depends.
Yeah, you can go and just do it on ChatGPT.
Okay, I'll do it. Hold on. Let me open ChatGPT. What am I typing in? Tell me.
Whatever you want.
No, what did you type in?
Can you give me a mathematical model that would show the logistics of pigs
Listen to that fucking
flying?
typing. I can type faster than you. Listen.
That's not. What are you typing with?
Bluetooth
All right.
typing.
So yeah.
So
There's
the
a-
only
there's-
thing that it gave me is that pigs would need wings, which we know that they don't have. So good try.
So it didn't come up with
Is
an
that what
equation?
yours said as well?
Really?
Gladiator?
Are you gonna lie?
Is that why you wouldn't
No,
bring it
it
up?
was an equation.
No,
Why didn't you bring it up?
It says what makes something fly? Lift has to be greater than or equal to the weight, right? So then step 2, we have to consider the weight of the pig, right? So the pig must generate 981 newtons of lift in order to overcome the downward force. And then it gives you the lift equation, and then it would have to be, so 900, actually I'm not even good. It takes
So it
into
explains
account
how
air
it could work
density.
hypothetically.
No, but it doesn't. Because then, let me finish.
But it does.
It says
But it does.
step 4 is you would have to hypothesize and experiment for what required wing area would allow pigs to fly. So we know that that doesn't happen,
But the
right?
math checks out.
The math doesn't check out. I hate to break it to
But
you.
it does.
But it
literally
but it doesn't. So is this what you have to resort to instead of it? It literally explains why it doesn't work, but that's okay. Like it's
No,
quite literally explaining.
no,
So a
mathematically,
pig would need about 4
hypothetically-
times. A pig would need about 4 times the wing area of a swan in order to fly. It literally tells
and
you why it
mathematically
doesn't
would be
work.
able to. Yeah, because they don't
So,
have those
so
wings.
are you?
obviously.
So
Because it doesn't
you
have
can't
a
That's an
argue for
assumption.
flat Earth.
Yeah. So
you can't
so
argue with
your
flat Earth.
assumptions you make in these. Okay.
So you can't argue for flat Earth, and so you have to argue semantics of
No.
math. Yeah,
No,
that's what
I
you're
was
doing.
Showing you.
That's
that
okay
math does
though.
not
So
equate
again,
reality.
if I have one battery,
You know what I mean? Look, you
if
can't
I
grasp
have
that, and that's
if I
fine.
have one battery and I add a second battery, how many
Kota,
batteries do I have?
You can keep your ball. You can keep your ball. It's okay.
How many batteries do
You're
I
gonna do
have,
that,
Gladiator? I know you said you're not good at math, but this is really basic.
You can keep
How many batteries do
your
I have?
Spinny globe.
Gladiator, how many
You
batteries do I
don't
have?
to keep doing these lives. I can see
Gladiator.
it stresses you out a lot.
I'm not stressed.
Okay.
I'm actually probably
It's
gonna go
not
to
that
bed
deep.
after this.
Look, they lied
Right.
to us
So
about
like,
where we
if it's
are,
not that
and it's
deep,
okay.
how many batteries do I
And
have?
I know
right
it sounds crazy, but everything
Gladiator.
sounds crazy before you look into it.
I know it's
but
hard to answer
you honestly just
questions,
look
that's
into
okay.
it and don't
Look-
do
So,
look
what the
Gladiator,
people on the panel do.
Gladiator,
Look into
how many
it.
batteries
Do
do
your
I
own
have?
Look into it with an open mind.
I
And
did.
That's it.
Gladiator, how many batteries do I have?
It's gone.
The level of rejection and mental
Oh
gymnastics.
dear. That was good, though,
Oh
wasn't
my
it?
god. Jesus Christ, dude.
But the thing is, he'll be back on my next live. That's the insane thing about it. He requests every single time I'm live, and that it goes the same way. And then
Yeah,
he still
you know what
comes back.
happens when I listen to flat earthers? They give me diarrhea. That's what happens.
Well, I don't know. Hopefully, the pizza that I'm about to have doesn't give me diarrhea. No, I have to have a pizza now, thanks to COVID. Right, there's no other. There's been no. The reason, like, the chat have been pissed off, and I get it, chat. I get it, TikTok chat. They were bellends, right? Honestly, Freddie's a dickhead and fucking so's Gladiator, but nobody else was requesting, right? So that's why they was up for such a long time. If there was other flat earthers in the box, I'd have kicked them ages ago, but there wasn't. So you talk to, if you have to go for the minnows, you have to go for the bottom feeders, then it is what it is, right?
Thanks for having me up. Also, final word so Nick Flat Earth, there's a trend going on where all the flat earthers say I look like Slid the Sloth, but
What?
so,
You do not.
yeah, it's really funny. So
But you do
I just wanted
not.
to give you a shout out. Try to be original next time because every flat earther says that. So, anyways, thanks for having me up.
They're all individual thinkers, though. They don't at all parrot each other ever, do they? They're just all got their own minds. They just follow the cult endlessly. Right, I'm going to go down, have something to eat. Thanks, mate, for coming up. What was your name? I'll give you a follow. Luke. Right. Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Yeah.
Cheers, Max, for being up. Thanks to Gladiator. Thanks to Freddie, I guess.
Thanks for having me up.
No problem. See you all later.
See ya.
Oh, dear. Oh, that was all right, wasn't it? I seem to finally have these. There's a very annoying thing has happened there, though. Like, I've spent money on this new super fast internet, right? My internet was fine. What internet am I on right now? The one that wasn't super fast, right? It's absolutely fine because I've got these fans on. But the one that I've spent money on cut out halfway through that. So I'm wondering if I'm still in my 2 weeks. I think I am. I can cancel it and send it back. Take it back. Don't want it. Fuck off. I get 14 days grace. So I'll probably do that now because that wasn't reliable and that's what I wanted it for. It's even Ethernet, or whatever it's called, into my laptop. Right, thanks everybody. Oh, hang on a minute. I didn't ask. Sorry, Brandon. I didn't see this down there. How many degrees? It's irrelevant anyway. I mean, I appreciate the super chats, but asking Freddie a question, do not hold your breath for an answer. I will shut that down. So I'll probably be back. I enjoy doing these. So I'll probably be back at some point before Sunday, even if it's just to put a video out, depending on what is going on in the world. I don't look around YouTube. Please, whatcast@gmail.com to anybody out there that may have content that I might want to cover and do, make my content on. Because I don't really look around YouTube anymore. I think it's a complete waste of time. You've got dickheads like V Diddy or fucking what's his name, Vicar, and these Mikey Smith. They just bore me. They're just idiots, right? I know TikTok are idiots, but at least they're idiots that will talk to you. Right, cheers everybody. I think because we've got so many super chats, shall I play out? What shall I do? We have a quick vote here. V Diddy. We'll have the V Diddy song, Solly and Lardy, or Solly's Homeless song. So who's going to be quick enough to pick the outplaying song here? You got the V Diddy, Solly and Lardy, or Solly Homeless wants to be with it. Homeless. Ryan Cooper got in there first. Solly. Here we go.
Solly's built like a coat hanger, skinny as a receipt. He sleeps on other people's couches at the end of every street. He talks real loud on the forum with a map in his lap. Says the ground is flat, my brother, then vanishes in a snap. He combs his hair like Witsit, wears the same exact grin, takes one pick from the good side and calls it discipline. Solly, Solly, trying to be Witsit. Solly, Solly, he does the whole kit. Solly, Solly, flat earth, big talk. Solly says debate me, then ask where he can park. Woo. He posts anytime, any place with the chest out front. But when they say tonight at 8, he starts doing the stunt. Hold up, gotta find a room. He types with a sigh, can't host the truth in his hallway, so he books one. Bye-bye. He's got one shirt, 3 opinions, and a charger that's bent. Copies Witsits every sentence like a tribute event. Same hat, same pose, same angle, same wake-up face. He even bought the exact same confidence, then lost it in place. Solly, Solly, trying to be witsy. Solly, Solly, he does the whole kit. Solly, Solly, flat earth, big talk. Solly says debate me, then ask where he can park. He said meet me online at 7, then whispered please don't yell, because the lobby light was buzzing and the bed already smelled. Witsit in his mind like a sermon, Solly in a motel chair, puffing up for the camera with a homeless little stare. Solly, Solly, trying to be witsy. Solly, Solly, he does the whole kit. Solly, Solly, flat earth, big talk. Solly says debate me, then ask where he can. Solly, Solly, book that room quick. Solly, Solly, still not witsy. Solly, Solly, all that internet bark. Then he balls out soft when it's time to talk.